Hello everyone and welcome back to Sterling Channel 19 as we are back here with some boys soccer, a big game for the boys today as they go against the Haddon Heights Garnets. So taking a look at the conditions here today, it's about 89 degrees outside today. It's quite hot in this late October day. Winds coming around 9 miles per hour. Humidity quite low though at a 30%, and today's forecast is quite cloudy. Taking a look at the Colonial Liberty standings, Haddon Heights has taken the first place spot at 6-1-1, 9-3-1 overall. Sterling at 6-2-1, 7-5-4 overall. West Deptford at 6-3 in the division, 10-5-1 overall. Haddon Township at 3-4-2 in the division, and 9-4-2 overall. Haddonfield 3-4-1 in the division, 4-10-1 overall. And Lindenwold Lions taking that bottom spot, 1-8 in the division, 5-9-1 overall. So we're going to take a look at the PowerPoints here going into playoff time. Haddon Heights taking that first place spot, and then it's West Deptford, and then Sterling coming in at the 3 spot. Then it goes Collingswood, Seneca, Manchester Township, Middle Township, Lindenwold, Haddonfield, Pleasantville, Barnegat, Cedar Creek, Overbrook, Pennsauken Tech, Lower Cape May, and Medford Tech. So you can see why it's a big game today for PowerPoints, because Sterling being in that 3rd place spot, trying to get back up to that 1 or 2 spot before the end of the week. So we're going to be right back as we're going to take a listen to the players and have them introduce themselves.
Jace Camardo, senior, forward, Stratford.
Patrick Carroll, senior, forward, Stratford.
Dean Collins, senior, center back, Stratford.
Quinton Rosano, senior, striker, Stratford.
Will Stubbs, junior, left back, Stratford.
Ethan Weitzel, sophomore, midfield, Magnolia.
Fernando Sanchez, junior, midfielder, Stratford.
Rafael Sanchez, freshman, midfield, Stratford.
Max Bleen, senior, right back, CDM, Lower Springs, New Jersey.
Bryce John, senior, left back, Stratford.
Anthony Ortiz, senior, center back, Stratford.
Jackson Ayers, senior, defense, Somerville, New Jersey.
Jesus Blanco, senior, midfield, Stratford, New Jersey.
Connor Maynard, sophomore, winger, Stratford.
Wesley Wright, sophomore, right back, Somerville.
George Walters, sophomore, right back, right wing, Magnolia.
Carson Wiley, sophomore, midfield, Somerdale.
Travis Schmid, senior, goalie, Wallow Springs.
We're back here on the broadcast after the players introducing themselves, getting ready for this game today and taking a look at the game notes as we do so. So Sterling leads the series 9-5-1 since 2010. Haddon Heights has won the last game. Sterling last win came in October in 2019. Haddon Heights has won 3 of the last meetings. Sterling outscoring opponents this year 25-16. Meanwhile, Haddon Heights dominant year for the Garnets, outscoring opponents 30-11. Sterling's last division title came in 2021. Haddon Heights' last division title came in 2016. And we say that because this game is absolutely massive for both teams today. Sterling with a win could capture themselves either a division title win or split. If Sterling ties, they have to hope that Haddon Heights loses to Haddonfield so they can get the split between these two teams. The first meeting, Haddon Heights won 1-0. Ben Mazzucco scored the goal. Jake Silvestri assisted on it. Travis Schmidt had 14 saves, and Sean Fisher made 10. And so an absolutely big game, as I mentioned. Sterling needs a big win here as we take a look at some of these goal scorers who could provide the win. Connor Maynard coming in with 16.7 goals, 2 assists. Jason Camardo with 13.6 goals, 1 assist. Anthony Ortiz has 7 points, 3 goals, 1 assist. Quinton Rosano, 7 points, 1 goal, 5 assists. Jesus Blanco with 6 points, 3 goals. Carson Wiley with 5 points, 2 goals, 1 assist. And Ethan Weitzel with 5 points, 5 assists. And the goalie, the brick wall himself, Travis Schmid, with 12 games played and 72 saves. So taking a look at the Garnets, Nolan Lachau coming in with 27 points, 13 goals, 1 assist. Ben Mazzucco coming in with 14 points, 4 goals, 6 assists. Evan Rassis coming in with 11 points, 2 goals, 7 assists. Trent Begley coming in with 6 points, 3 goals. Will Loveridge coming in with 6 points, 2 goals, 2 assists. And the goalie, Sean Fisher, coming in with 13 games played and 82 saves. So we're back on the field today, not the turf, but we're back on the soccer field as we're getting ready for this boys soccer game. I'm Daniel Leakin, joined by Max Bleen for this matchup. And I mean, Max, again, such a high-stakes game for both of these teams. What's your view about it?
I mean, you're always looking into every game as important, but this is, cream of the crop importance. You win the division with a win if you're the Silver Knights, and obviously Haddon Heights. If you win this one and the next one, the division's yours. So it's very important. It's a pivotal moment. it almost feels kind of like a fork in the road for these two teams. Whoever wins, obviously a draw. In most cases, you'd take the draw because you're not losing. But this time it really feels like you're losing if you draw because you got to hope and pray Haddon Heights loses or draws their next one as well to split. You really need to secure the division in the first half and then play this strong defense in the second half, I feel like. Get out strong if you're Sterling, get a nice comfortable lead, and kind of hold on to it because you know with Schmid in the goal, you're not going to have too many troubles there. It's just a matter of making sure your back line can defend against, because they're not defending just for the game, they're defending for the division.
So as we mentioned, Sterling and Haddon Heights battling in the division against each other as both teams break away from the line. Haddon Heights has the current lead over the Knights. Sterling needs a win or a tie to have an opportunity. A win will seal the division for them. Haddon Heights can still split. Tie, or excuse me, no, it would secure the division for the Sterling Knights, excuse me. But if they tie and Haddon Heights wins, they lose it. So a big game today. I'm Daniel Leakin, joined by Max Zubak here in the booth. And, I mean, getting ready. I mean, it's quite hot outside, even though it's late October. Unfortunately, it's quite hot outside. We're in the shade over here, though, getting ready for some boys soccer as they're looking, once again, to clinch the division over the Garnets in this game. The three captains at the line for the Knights, Jesus Blanco, Jason Camardo, and Anthony Ortiz, really the pioneers for this program this year, and have done a great job in doing so.
Yeah, and, you know, I feel like they've really taken that captain position to heart. They've really tried to make themselves leaders of this team while not being restrictive to any other openings for players without that, trying to get into their roles for the coming years. And I think they've been very good at showing these players, classes below them, how to get it done, how to win, and how to make your presence known when you're out there for a team that's been so good and so well managed in the past few years.
So the captain's huddle between these two teams breaks, as we're just getting ready for game time here between the Sterling Silver Knights and the Haddon Heights Garnets. Again, quite hot outside for these two teams. Pretty shocking weather since it's October 23rd. Expecting it to be a little chillier out here, but nevertheless, some pretty nice weather. Some shorts and t-shirts weather. This is these teams playing in these hot conditions throughout the season, getting back to familiarity with it after a few cold games. And if you're just tuning in, this game, a division clincher for both of these teams. Sterling with a win could clinch the division against Heights. If they tie, Heights can clinch the division against Haddonfield. So Sterling really hoping for a loss there as we take a look at the standings once again. Haddon Heights is 6-1-1, 9-3-1 overall. And then Sterling right behind them, 6-2-1, 7-5-4 overall. So this is Sterling's, or one of Sterling's, if not their last game. Haddon Heights still has one more game to play against Haddonfield in the division, which is a crucial game for them and Sterling if one of these teams wants to overcome the other for the division. Colonial Conference definitely has been a battle between these two teams throughout the year, and I mean, you can throw in West Deptford in the mix as well, as they've been really trying to get to that top spot. But yeah, I'd say the majority of the battles really come between Haddon Heights Garnets and the Sterling Silver Knights.
Yeah, it's mainly been a Knights versus Garnets competition. The Eagles have kind of swooped in and out of it, but there's been a lot more, Knights attack and Garnet dominance throughout the year, as we see in the standings. Only one draw and one loss for the Garnets in the division, maybe a little more outside of it, but still, it's a very impressive resume for that squad. And Sterling, they haven't been slacking off either. Outside of a little bit of a slow, midway through the season, they've picked themselves back up, and they've looked very strong in this latter half of the year. And I think, how they've been playing, they've been a pretty, hot team. They've had a lot of good energy recently. I think if they keep that up, I wouldn't say the game's secured, but it's definitely going to be a lot more challenging for the strengths of Haddon Heights to break through Sterling if they keep form like they have been.
So the starting 11, basically the same for the Knights. It's Ortiz, Maynor, Bleem, Weitzel, Camardo, John. It looks like Collins, Rosano, Wiley, Jesus Blanco, and of course Travis Schmid in net. So very familiar starting 11 for the boys in blue today.
And then take the other one.
As we're back here, Somerdale, New Jersey, here on the field. One of the first games back on the field, or excuse me, on the soccer field, not on the turf field, in the past couple of games. This girls' soccer was previously played on the turf, and boys' football was played on the turf. As we take a look at Sean Fisher, the goalie for Haddon Heights, 82 saves in 13 games played. Definitely an X factor for these Haddon Heights Garnets. as Sterling ready to break the huddle of their own. We're just about ready to get this game started here. Just again, if you join, I'm Daniel Leakin, joined by Max Bleen. This game for the Colonial Conference Division. And here he is, the brick wall, Travis Schmid. Absolutely stellar season with 72 saves and 12 games played. And I mean, again, these two goalies, just two X factors for their teams. As we take a look at Jason Camardo, the senior midfielder, one of these senior captains, missed some time in the middle of the season due to injury, but came back just as strong with 6 goals, 1 assist, and 13 points in general. And we are off and ready to go here. Sterling versus Haddon Heights. A big game and a division clincher for both of these teams, as Sterling's going to start with possession and move it back into their defensive line.
You know, I feel like this is a little bit of a different approach right off rip that we've seen before. They've tended to be a little more aggressive in the middle, keep it there from what I remember, but they're playing it out the back, which I think is a smart decision. You know, Heights, when they get the ball, they can get aggressive. Just kind of play some keep away and find the right gaps. It's the same advice you would have given the Lady Knights team from Monday. It's just play cautiously, find the right gaps, and take advantage, which they did well. I mean, 4-4 draw, if you remember from Monday. Absolute thriller.
So Bright John moving into the offensive side of the ball. Don't see him there very often. Already generates a corner kick here for the Sterling Knights. A big opportunity to start, knowing how dangerous these Knights are on their set pieces.
And I mean, they've also been just dangerous on the wing in general. It was a good idea to get the cross in. It wasn't all there, but it resulted in a corner nonetheless. And we see, I'm pretty sure this is Jesus Blanco, a common corner taker for them. It's definitely someone you can entrust with a set piece.
So Blanco getting ready to take this corner for the Knights. Early corner for this game, just a minute in. Raises the arm, ready to boot this one away. Gets it to that far post, looking for Anthony Ortiz, and that's a nice defensive play there by the Garnets. Weitzel has it at the opposite flag, trying to move his way around and cross it back towards the middle. Looking for the outside box. Rosano can't get to it, and this one cleared away by the Garnets.
It was some good ideas, and I'm pretty sure it's just led to another throw-in for them. So they keep possession, but still, you know, it's promising this early off of a corner. It was nice. It was just a better defensive play. I don't know if they were going to score off of that. They could have had a lot of good pressure early on, though, which is really what you need. If you can't score, you pressure, and you add a little bit of worry and fear into that defensive line, especially in the box, because once you get in there, it's hard to stop.
And now Camardo cutting towards the middle, putting a shot on goal, and that one just goes wide. Camardo trying to break through this Heights defense straight up the middle. But great defense stands tall in this game, 0-0.
I mean, I said it was hard to stop them, and they pulled off a really good stop there. I wouldn't, I mean, it's a great pass, good awareness to know that he's not going to be called offside there, so he gets some pressure from number 6 on the other side there. And it's really nice to see that as now Heights gets on the attack, shows what they can do.
So Sterling has to win. All Haddon Heights has to do is tie against this Knights team. So the fate is in the Garnets' hands. The Knights scrapping for a win here late in this season. So a big throw in here coming for the Garnets. He is really out there. And a big throw coming from this close side. What a throw into the box. Definitely a big opportunity there, and a nice punch away there by Schmid. And Sterling trying to go the other way. Collins trying to advance Camardo, but taken away by the Heights defense as they send it back in. That one just trickles out, and we're going to take a look at the replay.
He gets the running start. Looks like he actually might have stepped over before he threw it in, but regardless, great punch out from Schmid to keep it 0-0 real early on. There's a good header attempt as well, but just the follow-up wasn't quite there for the Garnets. But both of these sides have had very quick opportunities to make this 1-0 in the mere opening moments of this half.
So a header looking for Bright John, can't find him. As it looks like this possession is going to go to Sterling. Maybe after that one went out of bounds. A big throw there by Bleen. This one goes over Maynor and cleared away once again by Heights, but that one trickles out of bounds.
Max Bleen, the man I get constantly introduced as.
Yeah, I did it again today. I got a couple texts from my mom saying I said Max Bleen instead of Max Zubak. So to clear confusion, I'm Daniel Leakin, joined by Max Zubak. Max Bleen on the field today for the Knights,
Okay,
wearing number 17.
We both got B's in our surname. I get it.
Yeah.
To the corner! Send me over top!
So a nice look there by Dahem. Can't find, looks like there's going to be a Lashal streaking in. Lashal, leading goal scorer for the Garnets this year with 13 goals, 1 assist, 27 points. So definitely the goal scorer generator for this Garnets team. Definitely an X-factor impact player for the Garnets. Ortiz takes his time looking back towards Collins. Sterling definitely taking their time, not trying to advance up the field too quickly. Collins looking deep. Can't find Camardo on the sides. That one's going to go right out of bounds.
There's something I like about this out-the-back play, trying to get it down the wing with some pretty far crosses and passes. That's what I see. I'm a Brighton and Hove Albion supporter in the Premier League. That's their whole thing. They play out the back, they wait for the right moment, and it tends to work for them. So I see the inspiration.
And now Bright John coming out the side, trying to beat out his defender. Bright John gets to it first. Bright John trying to cross it towards the middle, doesn't get a right touch on it, finds Connor Maynor. Maynor trying to weave his way through, and that's a nice clear there by number 5, Will Loveledge.
Those are the chances stuff like that leads to. There's a bit of a shove as he goes for the ball. And he might be down.
And he gets Collins on the shove.
Take a look here.
Well, first, this is the opportunity by Bright John. On that far side, Collins is up.
Wasn't a high cross, but it was one that got.
A quick clear by Loveledge as well. Great heads-up awareness. Collins is up when walking.
It's been pretty clear if you're at a managerial standpoint from Haddon Heights. You're getting attacked not, constantly, but quickly when it happens. So you kind of need to be on more of a watch to see when they, pounce on an opportunity they have or when they're playing it back, observing and surveying for when they have the right chance to strike. Because Haddon Heights' offense is a little different. It's a little more, fast-paced, get on the ball as soon as you can and try to fight for the goal quickly and then get the game moving. Sterling's more methodical, trying to, waste a little bit of time while still scoring.
So Rashishi was subbed out for Mers. A nice defensive play by Heights results in a corner kick coming here for the Knights. It looks like Ethan Weitzel's going to take it. We're going to take a look at the replay from the birdcage. Yeah, that one definitely tipped out by the Garnets. So now Sterling with their second corner kick of the game. Weitzel's going to take it from the opposite flag. Camardo's there underneath to support. Whistle blows. Weitzel raising the arm, sends it. Looking towards the close post, can't get to it. Garnets are going to be the first one to it, but Jesus Blanco cuts him off. Blanco trying to fire one to the back post, has Rosano, and that one goes past the net. A big opportunity for the Knights as they're really working hard in this offensive zone, but this game stays 0-0.
Blanco with a wonderful cross, but it's another good defensive effort on the Garnet side to kind of cause a blockage with an extra, heading attempt to try and clear it. And I think that leads to a third corner here now for Sterling.
So early opportunities haven't resulted in a goal yet. Blanco sends this one in, looking for the back post. Ortiz is there along with Camardo. Ortiz kicks it back towards Collins. Collins has a second around midfield, sends it right back in, looking for Carson Wiley. Wiley pops it up, looking for Camardo. Camardo can't get to it. Wiley hits it once again, and now it's cleared officially by the Garnets. Lashal's there. Great play there by Weitzel. Weitzel scanning the field, looking for Bright John. Can't get a good touch on it. John controls. Looking back towards Bleem. Bleem sending it forward. Bright John can't get to it. So Sterling's offense diminished. A big opportunity there nevertheless.
That control from John, it really was, it was kind of a make or break touch to get that. Hang on a minute.
And now Connor Maynor sending it the other way. Sophomore to sophomore duo between him and Weitzel. Tipped off of Maynor. Dribbles right in front of Lashal. Hit up by Collins. Dribbled by Lashal. Physical play gets called for it, so a free kick coming here for the Garnets.
When you take a look here, it's a good header to try and make it work, but it just wasn't going to happen. They got a bit of a swarm, but it's a bit of a check at the hip from Collins. Doesn't go much of anywhere, and it leads to a free kick. The first kind of major set piece that could work out in the favor of the Garnets less than 10 minutes in. So it's been pretty fast-paced most of this, early half of the game here.
So Loveledge ready to kick this one away here for the Garnets. He sends it in, looking in the box, looks for Lashal. Lashal can't get the right touch on it. Almost broke through that Sterling defense. It was really just him and Schmid on that play. but he doesn't get the right touch on it.
Yeah, I feel like headers like that, especially when you're that close to the net, you can't really be going for the top of the head. It's a lot more forehead, and I feel like you can't really get it from where he's at. Kind of skies that he only has the top of his head to work with. It wasn't going to work out with the positioning he was given.
So now Bright John moving up, weaving his way past his defender. Bright John gets closed out, though. That was by number 2, Trent Begley. Great play on that defensive line. Gets it back towards Ortiz. Ortiz coming up. Nice defensive play from him. Wiley going one-on-one here with Mizuko. Carson Wiley still controlling it. Now gets over to Bright John. Bright John triple teamed. Wiley steps in as well. John wins the battle. And a rough touch by Bleem. There's been one substitution. Charles Mers checked into the game for Haddon Heights, but other than that, there have been no major substitutions so far. So throw in here by Polisano, looking towards his winger. A nice win by Max Bleem as he gets tugged from behind. Bleem trying to send it forward, looking for Camardo. Camardo advancing up. Camardo has an opportunity, but just a little bit too hard. And Sean Fisher makes the save.
I mean, it was a good setup, but it just wasn't all there. Camardo put in as much effort as he could, but he would have had to shoot it right from outside of the box there to make something happen. It was just too much pressure from the Garnets.
So Camardo almost with a huge opportunity, but can't get it there. So now Rosano hits it forward, looking for that's Ethan Weitzel. Ortiz comes up, gets it tipped by LaShaw. Back in towards LaShaw. LaShaw kicks it back out, finds the foot of Blanco. Great control there as he skies it in the air. Big pop-up. Connor Maynard gets the head on it, but it gets back into this Heights defense. This one kicked forward. Bright has time, moves it up towards Maynard. Maynard sending it forward towards Weitzel. Weitzel now with a burst of speed up this close sideline, trying to beat out his defender. Nice defense there by Begley. Going one-on-one here with Weitzel. Weitzel keeps it in front of him. Great play there by Weitzel. Whistle blows. Or excuse me, no whistle blow.
Not from my view. He launched himself.
It was a great tackle.
Okay, I didn't see that part. Okay, if that's true. We got a sub? Okay, okay. I was looking at
I'm not sure.
Okay.
It looked like he got a tug on him, but
I think it was he kind of grabbed the back of his jersey and
yeah,
tried to be a little forceful. Regardless, the goal kick, because the view of the ref here was explaining wasn't from his view. He couldn't really see it all that well. So it'll result in a goal kick, giving Haddon Heights another opportunity to get on offense.
It's this one skied towards midfield by Fisher. And now this one being taken up by the Garnets. Nice cutoff by Rosano. And a great play there by Blanco. They send it back in. Schmid comes out of his crease and makes the diving play. Not really diving, but the jumping play by Schmid.
We had called Schmid an X factor before, but I mean, if we were to give him like an X factor from the games that involved that, he's a ball hawk. You gotta know. He's one of the best at just making sure the ball's secure. And he gets it back out there as soon as he can.
So Rosano with a nice touch to keep it in front of him. Has pressure on the back. Rosano bringing it back towards Collins. Collins going to send it deep once again, looking for Camardo deep. Deflected by the Garnets, hit over towards Blanco. Blanco makes a nice move, has Carson Wiley as an outlet looking forward towards John. That one cut off by the Garnets. John gets to it though, using his speed. He's pushed down, whistle blows.
So he tries to kind of corner the ball, make sure no other touches can happen to him. He gets tripped up, no play on the ball there from Dahem.
So Dahem gets called on that one. Bright John goes down, a little slow to get back up, but he looks like he's A-okay.
Might have been just a matter to sell it to the ref a bit. Tends to be.
I think he definitely got a little push there. Bright John
he gets chipped, but he's going to get back up.
Been dealing with a little bit of a jammed finger as well, so just making sure everything's okay with that as well. So Ortiz closest to us, ready to kick this one away here for the Knights. He's waiting for the whistle from the men in the highlight shirt, and the whistle blows. Getting a little bit of a word from Marley's over here, a little sneaky. Ortiz sends it, looking towards that back post. A remarkable ball there from Ortiz. Gets to Rosano. Rosano puts a shot on net. That one blocked. And it looks like Begley's down, and that one got him high after the big shot there from Rosano. That's not a great sign for the Garnets.
Take a look at it from this view. Hits him around the leg. Of the,
right where you don't want to get hit. unfortunately for Begley. Ooh.
I mean, it was a forceful kick from Rosano, just trying to get it in the net. It's just unfortunate timing and placement
From Begley there.
Yeah.
So Begley still down after getting hit. Where no man would like to be hit, unfortunately.
Where's it?
Yo, where is it?
So you can follow us on Twitter or X at SterlingTV19, where we will have live updates of all the sports happening and stuff happening around the castle. So make sure you guys go follow us on Twitter or X at SterlingTV19.
What? For Brian, I don't know if I can come on.
He's back up on his feet.
So Begley back up on his feet, gets substituted out by Jake Dillion.
Sir! Am I good?
Walking a little gingerly after that hit. Wesley Reich also coming in the game here for Sterling, substituting out Bright John on this wing.
No.
So John comes out, Reich comes in. Definitely almost a younger form of John, brings that same speed and energy for this Knights team. He's going to play up on the wing here. Sterling only having 3 defenders back up. Wesley comes deep, so maybe playing 4. But I think John was playing more of like a hybrid wing into a defense kind of role.
A wing back.
Yeah, doing it quite well as well. And Reich assuming that same position.
Obviously, we'd like to make a comparison of, you know, Reich being a little bit of a younger version of what we've seen from Bright John. It's because he's, you know, kind of had to take the initiative to become that type of speedster for the roster for when he's not out there. And I think he's done very well at, you know, analyzing what John's done for the team.
So now Camardo trying to gain control. That one dribbles out. And along with becoming that speedster on the roster, he also does it on the track as well. Great track athlete, just as Bright John is himself. So brings the speed there along on the grass here. So Rosano hits it forward, hit up by the Garnets, and that one goes right out of bounds. So another throw in coming here for the Knights. Around 15 minutes into this first half unofficially. 0-0 the score after plenty of opportunities for both sides. This one advanced up towards Connor Maynor. A nice play there. That's number 3, Jake Dillion. Now a throw in coming in here for the Knights.
It's deep in their own zone. It's an important one. Q will get on it. A lot of power on him.
So Rosano, definitely one of the bulkier players on this team, has, again, a lot of power to him. Gets it back to Jesus Blanco, who was uncovered. Blanco looking deep, gets it with his left foot. That one stopped by the Garnets. Looks like Mizuko is going to take it up here for Haddon Heights, and now LaShaw's going to have it on the far side. Quentin Rosano making a nice physical play to push him off the ball, and Rosano trying to take it the other way. This one tipped out, so it'll stay in Sterling possession. Whistle blows as here comes the substitution. Looks like George Walters is going to come in the game here for Quentin Rosano. Another sophomore for senior substitution for the Knights. A great balance of youth and veterancy.
Yeah, and you know, I feel like it's another instance of taking all these freshmen and sophomores, and I guess juniors as well, because they always have time to learn. The seniors have been very good at kind of, you know, molding and sculpting these roles for these younger guys to fit into when they're gone after this season, and I think they've done, you know, a great job at finding ways to pass on what they've learned in their positions to these younger guys.
So Bagley ready to check back in the game here for the Garnets.
I know that. I'm just asking this. See, it's going off. That's what I'm asking. I'm just asking the question.
So now the throw-in coming here for the Garnets. Walters hits that one out. So now another throw-in coming here for the Garnets. This one hit up towards Wiley, who's playing in the back. This one hit towards Weitzel. Again, sophomore connection. Hit back towards Gleam. Gleam has trouble with it. Has to get it either forward or back to Ortiz or Reich. This one hit forward for Camardo. Great play there by Gleam. Camardo trying to drop it off for Weitzel. Can't, and now Gleam's going to sky it back into Sterling's zone.
Yo, Connor, run off!
Connor Maynor gets it over towards Camardo. Camardo with a little bit of space looking for a cross in. Cuts back, crossing it in towards Maynor. Hit it, deflected by the Garnets. A big shot by Reich. And that one goes wide. gets over towards our birdcage camera.
You know, it was a good amount of improvisation from Camardo to try and make the play work. Weitzel gets there, but just it was a little too high on the angle to make anything happen there.
So it looks like Dillian checking out of the game here for Begley as Begley checks back in after his short stint on the sideline. Big kick coming in here for the Garnets. This one sent back by Loveridge. Wiley sends it back in, looking for Connor Maynor. Again, hit out by the Garnets. LaShaw can't get a touch on it. Hits down Collins, and the whistle blows. After that foul, so Sterling will get a free kick in their own defensive zone.
Take a look at it here. I think it was an attempt to play on the ball, but just the leg doesn't quite get there. Yeah, it's just a bump to the back of Collins there. Nothing on the ball. Obvious free kick.
So Ortiz sends it forward, looking for Weitzel. Weitzel gets a nice touch on it, gets it over towards Camardo. Camardo taking his time, getting it back towards Wiley. Wiley pushes it forward a little too hard. Wiley again advanced by the Garnets, and a nice play there. That was by Begley. As Haddon Heights quickly kicks that one out, and Bleem's ready for the throw in here.
17. Rain in here, run wherever you want, we'll put it in there.
So Bleem back around center field. Right next to us, Bleem with a powerful throw, gets it over towards Reich. Camardo gets the initial touch, this one coming over towards the announcer's booth. A nice play by Mason Tinkham over here.
Drops his phone as a sacrifice.
The Tink man with a great play, scooping up that ball. Jesus Blanco gets it over towards Wiley. Wiley kind of walks past the ball a little too far, and Garnet's player falls down. That was Quinn Daham. Taking a little spill on that play, but gets up just fine. Definitely don't want to see too many injuries in this game. Knowing the implications it has, both teams being at full strength is definitely one of the more fun things to watch. So Camardo skies it towards the middle. George Walters there to meet Connor Maynor, trying to get a kick on the ball. Over pursuit by Haddon Heights. Connor Maynor gets it back towards Wiley. Wiley puts a shot, and that one just goes wide. So Sterling definitely putting their foot on the gas here early in this first half.
You know, I feel like it was a good chance for Maynor there, just couldn't quite get the angle, so he passes back for Wiley, who's, you know, someone we get to focus in on. It was a good idea by Maynard, gets it back to Wiley, who's open, but just a shot outside the box. It's an improbable make, and he just misses just to the right.
So now Sterling once again controls possession against the Garnets, skying it forward towards Weitzel, and hit up by George Walters. And we're just halfway through this one in the first half unofficially. This game has big playoff implications and big conference implications. Sterling, if they win, could get the conference, but if they tie, they could lose. So Sterling really needs this win here to definitely solidify themselves as conference champions this year in the Big 2024. And I mean, this is the team to do it, knowing how many great players and absolutely talented players they have on this roster at one time. It could unfortunately be one of the last times for a couple of years.
Yeah, it's definitely a win now. It's a make or break kind of year in the Sterling Knights program, and they work towards it even with these youths who could be a lot better than I imagine without the senior guidance.
So this one hit out by the Garnets, that one hit out by number 4, Palisano, as we get a couple substitutions for both teams here. Notably for Sterling, both seniors come back in the game, Rosano and John. Substituting out Walters and Reich. So the two seniors coming for the two sophomores. The veterans checking back into this one against the Heights. So many big playoff implications. Walters and Reich doing a great job coming off the field. It looks like Casimir Okoro is getting ready to check into this. We're starting to warm up on the sidelines here for the Knights. Again, just another player as we really put an exclamation point on the youth here in this one. So that was a quick throw in by the Knights that was immediately hit out. So now a free kick coming here for the Haddon Heights Garnets. Well, a goal kick to be specific, but it looks like Loveridge is going to take it. He has a powerful leg. He's going to put on display here, both arms raised, and he's going to send this one away. Weitzel the first one to it. This one chipped forward for the Heights. Silvestri pushes it forward, gets between Bright John's legs. Bleem the first one to it. That one hits off of Silvestri. John trying to take it forward, use his speed to get around, but that one going right back into the offensive zone. Their Sterling Knights are just going to let that one trickle out. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel at Sterling Channel 19, where we will have live games, all the commercials going around the school, and most importantly, those Castle connections with Mr. Claiborne. So you can subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/SterlingTV19. So Schmid ready to kick this one away here for the Knights. He gets a short kick over towards Collins. Collins taking his time, getting pressured. He's going to send this one towards center field. Trickles past the Garnet and collected by Begley. Now Bright John with a little bit of room coming up this sideline, using his big burst of speed, maybe looking deep, pressured by Begley, and that one kicked out of bounds.
Let's go. Head up, let's go. Max in front, Max in front.
John with a big mistake. This one hit out by Wiley. Again, trickles over towards us over here in the booth. Now Palisano, the first one to it, gets it over towards Begley. Begley with a big throw, looking deep. Hit out by Max Bleem, hit back in by the Garnets. Hit out once again by Bleem. And now that one's hit out by the Garnets. So Sterling with some pretty sustainable pressure so far in this one. The Garnets still trying to find their groove that we all know they can find in this first half, as we're just a little bit over halfway.
You just got to keep on digging for it. I mean, it's been a couple of opportunities, not as many opportunities as Sterling has had, as we see another one with Bleem with the throw-in. But I feel like they've only had many. Yeah, wow, was right. That was really.
That was a
good.
really nice throw-in by Bleem there.
It's a gorgeous toss. But I feel like a lot of what Sterling has done is make the Garnets work for possession, rather than make mistakes that give them possession. They've only had a couple of instances where the ball has gone back because of a kick out of bounds or.
And that one called on the Garnets. We're going to take a look at what that one could be.
Called for a handball.
Yeah, called for a handball. So that one going the other way.
Not so sure they got it.
All right,
might have been just an admission of guilt there.
As Brian said years ago, it's all up to the men in the highlighter shirts. So they say goes, and that is in fact the point. So Ortiz is going to take the free kick here for the Knights.
You see Okoro on the sideline.
Yeah, Casimir Okoro checking in this game here for the Knights. And again, as I mentioned just before, youth with an exclamation point. Okoro, a freshman, worked his way up from the freshman team up to this varsity team. And a cool story, as he's one of the only freshmen, if not the only, on this varsity squad.
I think he is the only freshman. Well, no, him and Rafael Sanchez Bautista, the only two freshmen on the squad. They've been pretty solid for only freshmen. Another solid throw for this Haddon Heights side, but something called.
No, let Trent.
So this throw is coming back after almost a few, or maybe.
They're getting the substitutions.
Yeah, getting the substitutions in. So Okoro comes out for Connor Maynard, and two substitutions coming for the Garnets as well. Begley going to be the one to throw it here for Haddon Heights.
It's had quite the arm early on.
Yeah.
I got it.
Definitely has had quite the arm early on.
Good.
Him and Bleem both have been quite impressive on these throw-ins.
Right next to our mic, so you get to hear him talk to his team just a little bit.
It's been solid communication from both squads, it felt like.
Oh, yeah, definitely. So this one hit up towards Okoro. Okoro trying to corral it in front, getting pressured from behind, gets it up towards Weitzel. Weitzel has someone next to him, but kicks it a little too far away from Rosano. This one thrown forward quickly by the Garnets, almost caught the Knights off guard. Collins steps forward in a nice defensive play by Collins as he advances this one towards Weitzel, but that one taken away by the Garnets. The Garnets still playing this consistent, midfield pressure in the neutral zone, not letting a lot get by them. Kind of limiting the Sterling attack going the other way. That a physical play on Ortiz, and the whistle blows. That one on Charles Mers on Ortiz.
Yeah, it's just couldn't stop the momentum there.
And the ref having a talk with Civarelli right now, number 9 in the Garnets uniform.
Another Max.
Yeah, I do. I do that every game we cover. I think I call you Max Bleem at least once. So definitely a push on Ortiz. This game so far, the Garnets getting physical with this Sterling team. Collins gets this one over to Max Bleem. Bleem surveying the field, gets it back towards Ortiz. Ortiz has pressure coming towards him, gets it over towards Collins. Collins going to kick it forward towards Blanco. Sterling taking their time, developing an attack. Going to send it deep, looking in the middle towards Weitzel. That one cut off by the Garnets. Weitzel down on the ground. Does a good job of getting the ball back. Gets it back towards Blanco. This one sent forward towards Okoro. Okoro with a great touch, a great defensive play there by the Garnets. That one looked like it was number 5, Will Loveridge. Bright John getting some pressure put on him. He goes to the ground. John still on the ground. Gets it taken away from him, and that one's sent in by Polisano. Ortiz working his way around, going against Mers up in the attacking side. 3 Sterling shirts collide on that ball, but Blanco comes out with it, gets it back. That one hit back towards Collins. A nice slide there on Mers. And the whistle blows. A couple upset Garnet players. That one looked clean from here.
Yeah, it felt like it was just a play on ball, but
that one looked rather clean. That looked like a good tackle for Mers. But the ref, I guess, saw something different.
That is just a matter of already having a couple of fouls called on Mers before, just trying to play safe.
I don't know. That was a really nice tackle by Mers.
I can see it was 50-50 because the shin hits the ankle at the same time as the ball. They're just trying to be safe. But
so Ortiz sends this one deep, looking for Rosano. That one goes over his head. Almost played by a Heights defender. But he's just going to let that one go, saying that one didn't touch him. The ref says it does. So a big throw in here coming for the Knights as Rosano's going to take it. That was Campanero saying that was not going to hit him. But now Rosano throwing it in here, looking for Camardo. That one hit away by the Heights of Haddon.
Got 2 subs in.
2 substitutions. The 2 sophomores, Wesley Wright, Connor Maynor, coming in here for the Knights.
Be inch closer to 30 minutes played.
Yeah, in this first half, nothing to score, but nothing short of some opportunities for both of these sides. Sterling has to get a win here to get the conference. If a tie happens, they're banking on the Haddonfield Bulldogs to pull through against the Heights to secure a conference title. Okoro and Rosano check out here for the Knights. Big throw in, looking towards the middle. This one cleared out by the Heights. Or, excuse me, the Garnets, not the Heights. This one cleared deep. Collins collapses onto it, but he lets that one just trickle right out of bounds. So this will be a throw in here, deep in their zone for Sterling. Looks like Wesley Reich is going to be the one to take it. Takes a few steps back, taking his time surveying the field as we just get over 30 minutes played in this first half unofficially. Nicely played by Campaneros. He sends this one back in. Wiley's going to sky it forward, looking for Camardo. Camardo keeps it in front, trying to put a move on his defender, gets it up towards Weitzel. Has Bright John on the side. Weitzel going to go the other way, looking for Wesley Reich. This one cleared away by the Garnets. Weitzel going between a few players. Great footwork there by Weitzel, gets it taken away from him. Garnets player on the ground, gets back to Weitzel, trying to put a move on another defender, but the defender reads it well. That looks like that was Loveridge, one of the veteran defenders. But now the ball is going to go the other way, and that keeps Sterling possession. Great play there by Weitzel.
I mean, it was definitely a solid play through the pressure.
Crossed in. That one gets back into the back of the box. Camardo works it back towards Wiley. Wiley gets it back towards Bleen. Bleen looking towards the back post as Weitzel. This one cleared away by the Garnets. Gets over Blanco, and it looks like Mers is going to go the other way. Has 3 Sterling defenders around him. A great play by Collins. Collins working his way up. Carson Wiley playing in dangerous territory, getting pressured by Mers. Gets it over, and the whistle blows for the Knights. That looks like it was going to be a handball called on Wesley Reich. So it looks like a free kick coming here for the Heights, or excuse me, for the Garnets. Looks like Loveridge is going to take it for Haddon Heights. Again, a big, powerful leg on Loveridge as he skies this one deep, looking for a Garnet player. Collision between 2 Garnet players and Dean Collins. But this one sent the other way by Sterling. Wesley Reich going one-on-one here with Campanero on that far side for the ball. Reich gets possession, gets pressured from behind, stays with it. Him and Max Civarelli step and step. Reich pushing it forward. This one back to Bright John. Bright John getting pressured. John keeping it in front of him. Great plays there from Bright John. Bright John has a little bit of green grass, looking to advance. Connor Maynor,
beautiful.
And that one hit out of bounds by Haddon Heights. Couple substitutions coming in here for both teams. Great offensive footwork by the Knights, and finally progressing into their offensive zone.
There were some guards calling for a possible offside there, but it wasn't going to get called in time. So we get, I think this is the fourth
corner. Oh no, this is going to be a goal kick. So they removed possession from the Knights and kept it with the Garnets. So now Loveledge is going to send this one deep. And now Lashang gets the ball on his feet. The leading goal scorer for the Garnets gets it taken away by Wesley Reich. Kicks it forward towards Rosano. It's a great ball by Reich. Rosano making a nice move over Mers. Oh no, excuse me, that's not Mers. That is Mizuko. Rosano pushing it forward, looking for Camardo. Can't get to it. Camardo gets to the ball. Camardo crossing, looking for that back post. Nobody home. Rosano trying to work his way towards the ball. Gets in a physical battle. That one hit off of Camardo. So a close call for the Knights as he's looking for the back post. Nobody home.
It's a good idea to try and get the clear and cross out, but just there wasn't anyone there to support the plan.
So a nice touch by Camardo, gets it over towards Bright John. Bright John trying to do a little give and go, but can't get to it. This one's going to go out of bounds. It's going to be a Sterling throw-in. Max Bleem's going to come up and take it for the Knights. Their most powerful throw, someone we frequently see on this near side taking the throws.
Go in. Go try to flip.
So just about 34 minutes into this first half unofficially. Max Bleem with a throw-in. Sterling needs a win today to clinch the conference. Bleem ready to throw this one away. A powerful throw towards the middle of the box, hit by Camardo. Bright John going one-on-one on this outside. Gets it back to his feet, and that one cleared away once again by the Garnets. Bleem keeping it in front of him. And now the Garnets are going to try and send it the other way. Lashan taking it himself, going one-on-one against Collins on that far side. A great tackle there by Collins, keeping it in front of him. Gets all ball, trying to clear this one away. Lashan still trying to keep up. Collins gets it past Campanero as well, but possession will stay with the Guards.
You know, I feel like this challenge here, while it was clean, I think if that's clean, the challenge from earlier was.
Yeah, I agree with you there, Max. But nevertheless, we'll keep on.
Listen to him.
LaShaw with a huge drive, but Collins with a better defensive play as Reich takes a step towards the ball here. Now trickling into this Sterling defensive line. The Garnets trying to apply some pressure after Sterling's had the majority of the pressure, I'd say, so far in this one.
For sure.
Wiley. And that's mainly because the Garnets playing with, I wouldn't say little stress, but definitely not as much as the Sterling Knights are, because the Garnets just have to tie against this Knights team. Sterling needs to win. The Garnets looking towards the box as Wiley clears this one away, looking for Camardo. Camardo gets taken down after Polisano hits that one out. So a little bit of teammate conversation between Wiley and Camardo. This is going to be a throw in here for the Knights. Looks like Bleem is going to take it on this close side once again.
Are only a few minutes away from the end of this first half.
Yeah, line it. Yes,
Sterling
good ball.
trying to get one before this half end, sending it deep towards Connor Maynor. A nice play by Loveledge to get that one out. This one hit up for Campanero. Wesley Reich, the first one to it, trying to read the bounce. Reich gets a strong touch, has to turn the other way. Great play by Campanero to cut him off. This one hit by Collins, looking deep. Looks like it was towards Connor Maynor. A nice step there by the Garnets. This one sent the other way. Collins trying to be the first one to it. Gets beat by LaShaw. LaShaw has Ortiz crossing in towards the middle. This one hit up, and Travis Schmid makes the nice play.
You know, I feel like it's another one of those games where, while Schmid has had a couple more effort plays, it's another kind of lazy day for him. The pressure has really come on to more Dean Collins and a couple of the more backline guys as we see him here. He hasn't had, outside of the couple of punch-outs that he's had to make, one little jumping grab he had to make. Yeah.
Travis Schmid, a Mr. Sterling candidate. We covered that yesterday. Gets it hit up to another Mr. Sterling candidate, Bright John. Anthony Gogolski, the winner of Mr. Sterling yesterday. This one crossed out by Loveledge. Tries to get a touch out of bounds. This one hit back towards Camardo. Camardo gets a bad touch on the ball, and that one sent forward by Polisano. Another weird touch from the Knights. as now Ortiz charging towards the ball, trying to kick it back towards Schmid. Schmid ready to send this one over towards Collins. Gets a weird touch on the ball once again, but gets no pressure by this Haddon Heights defense, or excuse me, offense. And this one kicked forward by the Garnets.
Quick Heights throw in to try and get Sterling kind of off guard here. It's been something they've been doing a lot. To just kind of make sure they can keep Sterling on their toes, but their awareness, try to kind of delay it. And I feel like it's been working pretty well as Haddon Heights has been able to kind of take some attacks off of those quick throw-ins many a time in this first half.
So a smart defensive play by the Garnets. A quick heads-up play to send that one back towards Fisher. Carson Wiley going one-on-one on that outside with LaShaw, gets help from Reich. Reich trying to keep him to the outside. Definitely a physical play. No whistle. This one hit back to Campanera. We're going to take a look at that replay as the game still resumes.
I think it was, while the play was on the ball, there was a bit of an extra shove there that could have been called.
Reich down.
I got a player down.
In the backfield, this one hit up towards Camardo. Reich holding his knee. No whistle yet. Camardo advancing forward. Reich advancing forward. This one gets hits up towards Connor Maynard. Connor Maynard using the speed, gets past Polisano to get to the ball first. Maynard taking his time. The sophomore leads the team in points this year. Maynard crossing it towards the middle, looking for Camardo. This one trying to get help by Loveledge. Finally hit out by the Garnets. Hits up towards Carson Wiley. Wiley gets a rough touch on the ball. Tries to make a nice sliding play and does. Carson Wiley sending it forward, looking for Camardo. Can't find him. Connor Maynard has it outside the box, looking towards the side, towards Bright John. Bright John can't get enough on it, and it goes out of bounds.
It's been good coordination from pass to pass under pressure, but the results haven't been there points-wise, and I feel like that's been the main issue. There have been good ideas, good communication, but the communication hasn't carried them to having the actual support there when the play tries to go through. I think that's been what they need to build on come the second half, because they haven't had the time to really get these crosses to the right people or have enough support in the box when they get there.
And you can follow us on Instagram at SterlingTV19, where we will have pictures of Max and my beautiful faces and stuff happening here at the castle and around Tech Route. So make sure you go follow us on Instagram at SterlingTV19. So, approaching the end of this first half. A couple substitutions coming in here for the Knights to play the later half of this game. This one going to be kicked by Sean Fisher.
It's just the back of my knee again, but I need some bio first.
So, I retract my statement. This one will be taken by Will Loveledge.
There's some managerial to referee, disputes. Just talks, just trying to see what the calls was there.
So a little upset about the earlier no foul call, which I would have to agree. That shove from Wesley Reich was definitely a little extracurricular, but nevertheless, Loveledge is going to send this one towards the middle. Goes past Rosano. This one hit up. George Walters trying to get back and play some defense. This one skied towards the middle. Bleem gets a rough touch on the ball, trying to head it out. This one hits a LaShaw, and he skies it over the net. Almost a costly mistake there by the Sterling defense, giving LaShaw an opportunity.
It was a dangerous mistake by Bleem there. Could have been something, crazy negative against them. Could have let it go, especially to their top scorer. I'm pretty sure LaShaw is one of the best players for this Garnet squad. There just wasn't enough effort on it. He thought he had time to control it, but he obviously didn't, as LaShaw was there to pressure it, and it led to almost a score deep into this first half.
Definitely one of those opportunities that you don't want to give away in such a close game like this.
George, go! George, take some risk, yo.
So this one hit forward by Sterling. Quentin Rosano looking into that far side, looking for Walters. Walters tries to collect it in front. Walters gets someone right on his back. Walters gets it stripped away from him, and that's a nice defensive play by Severelli. And now the Garnets are looking the other way. That one gets quickly hit out of bounds. This is a great play by Severelli to push Walters off of that ball from behind.
And I think it was a way to try to, resort to some pressures. They're kind of playing a bit of a clearance ball to just kind of play some keep away late in to make there's no momentum shifts super late into this first half, as we are over 40 minutes, and now a final whistle blows.
So a final whistle blows, and the first half comes to an end. 0-0 the score between these two teams. And I mean, just such a big momentum game between the Haddon Heights Garnets and the Sterling Silver Knights. So 0-0 the score as we end this first half. We'll be right back at you for some second half action after this commercial break.
I can't believe I'm working on this homework for over an hour now. I only have to submit this last assignment and I'll finally be done. Who's messaging me? I don't know who this is, but I guess I'll just see what she wants and then I'll go to bed.
What?
It's got you all excited. I have a date with this girl I met on Instagram earlier this week. This is my first time meeting her in person though.
You just met this girl yesterday and you're already going on a date with her?
You're crazy, man. You gotta be careful. Whatever, man. You guys just may have a date tonight.
What is
Why is everyone looking at me? Is there something on my face? Please stop looking at me.
Your clothes are dirty.
You're ugly.
You're so crusty.
You look ugly.
Everyone sees you.
That's why your shoes are raggedy.
You're alone.
I'm gonna fail you. You're never gonna get to college.
It's all in your head. It's all in your head. It's all in your head.
Hey man, where you going?
Yo, what the heck, bro? What the heck?
Yo, man, chill, chill.
Yo, bro, chill.
You okay, dude?
Yeah, I'll be alright.
I don't know why I did that. Sorry for pushing you around, man. That was really messed up.
It's alright, bro. Just don't do it again.
Bad decision. Not wearing a seatbelt while driving increases fatal injuries by 78%. Hitting the windshield without a seatbelt feels like getting knocked out by an Olympic heavyweight boxer. Four times. The initial impact of a car crash is multiplied without a seatbelt. It feels like being tackled by 3 defensive backs running at full speed.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god!
Good choice. Buckle up. It's not worth being a statistic.
Guys, put your IDs on. Brady, headphones. Gotta come out.
Nah.
Come on, man.
Yo, Brayden, you know you're not supposed to have your jacket on, man. Come on, take it off. Put it in your locker.
No, I'm okay.
Stop. You have your jacket on, AirPods in, and no ID. Go to internal.
You too, huh?
Yep.
Hey Liz, what's up? Hey Maddie. Why are you wearing Crocs? They're so comfortable, you should really get a pair. Maddie, take them off, they're so ugly.
Three days later.
Hi. Hey. You're wearing Crocs? You're wearing sneakers? I thought you said those were ugly. Well, I guess they are kind of comfy.
Yeah, don't look at this door. You can't open the locker. Look at the shoes he's wearing. Go up to him and call him dumb and useless. Bet, I will. Yeah, you better. Hey man, do you need help opening your locker?
Yeah, thank you. Thanks.
No problem. Nice shoes.
Thank you. Thank you.
Do you want these? You definitely want these, right? I really think you want these cookies.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
No. No. No.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Sterling Channel 19 as we are just getting ready for some second half action between the Haddon Heights Garnets and your Sterling Silver Knights. And if you're just tuning in to put an exclamation point on how big this game is for these teams, Sterling needs a win to clinch the division title. If they tie, they have to rely on Haddon Heights taking the fall to the Bulldogs of Haddonfield. We're going to take a look at the standings real quick. Colonial Liberty Conference, Haddon Heights 6-1-1 in the conference, 9-3-1 overall, and Sterling at 6-2-1 in the conference, 7-5-4 overall. So I'm Daniel Leake, joined by Max Zubek here in the booth. And I mean, Max, an eventful first half, which didn't result in any goals for these teams.
Yeah, it was a lot of opportunities on both sides. You know, someone you were about to mention just there, Bleem had a lot of impact. He was getting a lot of the throw-ins, and I think he was doing a good job of trying to manage the space with them, but he just couldn't quite get, you know, an actual full-on attack that led to a score from it. And I think that's where the improvements need to come. Not a matter of getting to the box, but a matter of having the ball get into the box and then get into the net. It needs to be a follow of a plan rather than what we had last half.
And a nice play there. That's number 22, Trent Begley. And we could see what the strategy the Garnets are kind of going for here. Off the opening kick, they immediately skied it into Sterling's defensive zone, giving Travis Schmid a free roll to his defensive line. And I mean, definitely playing for this tie that we just mentioned. Rosano hits it back into this defensive line. This one kicked forward by the Garnets. Blanco can't get to it, so it gets back to Wiley. Wiley looking for Connor Maynor. Maynor applying pressure with Rosano. A nice play there by the Garnet defender. Push it up. Nice play by Blanco to read the pass. And now Sterling trying to dribble in to their offensive zone. And a nice defensive play once again by this Garnet defender. It's Trent Begley once again, just having an amazing second half so far.
Trent Begley has had a solid game early on, a lot of great defensive efforts, and good throw-ins from him as well, a lot of power on him. He's someone to watch out for as an impact player going into the second half of this game.
So now Camardo has it on the far side, back and forth with Bright John. John trying to sky it in, looking for Connor Maynor. Maynor hits it the wrong way, but Carson Wiley is there to meet, it looks like Jake Silvestri at the ball. Sterling still trying to move forward. Weitzel gets a rough touch on the ball, getting it over towards Rosano. Rosano gets pressured, kicks it back towards Collins. Collins taking his time and sending it deep. Bad touch on the ball, but now Bright John is there to meet it. Bright John with a little bit of room trying to cross it towards Camardo. That one deflected out by the Garnets and hit right out of bounds the other way by what looked like Polisano.
I mean, it was a good move from Bright John following the commands. Manager Marley's over here to move himself near the box. Just couldn't quite get the job done once the ball got to him. But regardless, a throw-in for Sterling nonetheless could be another opportunity, especially as they're so close to where they need to score coming the second half. And this early as well, it's good signs.
So Bleem heaved it in and a collection made by Fisher as he quickly throws it in towards midfield. So the shot totals for both of these teams so far, Sterling has 4, Haddon Heights only with 2 shots on goal. So Sterling definitely having most of the possession time in this game between these two teams. Sterling needing the possession time in this game between the two teams. As we mentioned, needing a win for a division clincher tie, and Haddon Heights would have to lose to Haddonfield. And if you're just joining us, I'm Daniel Leake, joined by Max Zubek here in the booth. And this Wednesday afternoon, the big game between these two teams, homecoming, coming tomorrow. Very exciting here at Sterling. As Bright John trying to cross it in. A bit of a slip there, no call. Looks like Connor Maynor just slipped. We're going to take a look at what the ground view saw here in this play.
So we see it's a bit of a slide tackle attempt by the Garnets, and John just kind of jumps over top trying to keep the ball. Might have been a call of just not playing on the ball in time, hitting a little too much of John, but still kind of confusing on our end, regardless of what view we got.
So now Rosano ready to throw it in here for the Knights. Quickly gets it over to Connor Maynor. Connor Maynor lets that one dribble pass, trying to get possession of it. The Garnets are there first. Going towards the corner, that one deflecting off of a Garnet player, or excuse me, off of Connor Maynor. So it'll be a throw in here for Haddon Heights.
It's another one of those intelligent plays you've been seeing from Heights throughout this game thus far. They have very good spatial awareness when out there on the field. It's been a big benefit to their season overall, as the standings show.
So Begley throws it in, hits Carson Wiley first, and now hits yet another Heights player, trying to push it forward now. This one advanced for LaSalle. Collins skies it the other way, looking for Bright John. Bright John going one-on-one here with Dahim. John looking to win the one-on-one, and he does. He gets a throw in possession here. So 4 minutes and 30 seconds into this second half. 0-0 the score after a very action-packed first half between these two teams, but neither one could put the ball in the back of the net. Bleem ready to throw this one in, deflected by a Garnet over on the far side of the field. Now gets settled down by LaSalle. Going one-on-one here with Bleem. Bleem wins the one-on-one and gets it up towards Camardo. Camardo going one-on-one with what looks like Palisano. On the defensive side, tripping it forward, looking for Connor Maynor. Connor Maynor needs to collect. He does, trying to go one-on-one with Begley. Connor Maynor winning the one-on-one, pushing it forward, but that one just a little too strong for him, and he kicks that one out of bounds.
He went to fight for possession and to keep it in the hands of Sterling, but just is a little too much strength on the touches to get there, and he dribbles himself into a Heights goal kick.
So a goal kick coming in here for Haddon Heights. It's going to be Lovelich, who's been doing the majority of these kicks for the Heights, or excuse me, for the Garnets in this game. So now Sterling pushing it forward. Camardo has possession, pushing it forward for Connor Maynor. Connor Maynor breaking through, looking for a shot on goal, and that one hit into the back of the net. So nice ball movement by Camardo and Connor Maynor, but cannot finish it off.
It was a good pass, and I think maybe with just a little bit more awareness as to where Bright John was coming at. If you take a look here, after the pass, you see John kind of coming behind those two on the right side of where Maynor was. It was on a different angle, not the one we had gotten there from the ground view. Maybe if he had maybe tried to back himself up a little bit, find someone a little closer to the box, something could have happened there that leads to a point for Sterling, but regardless, the score stands.
Our next TV game will be Friday. It'll be football versus Haddon Township starting at 6 p.m. That game being our homecoming night here at Sterling. And again, that game starting at 6 p.m. We will crown our homecoming queen after we just crowned Mr. Sterling last night. Anthony Gugolski, the victor of the 12-man competition. After a foul here calls by Bright John, so it'll be a free kick coming in here for the Garnets. My assumption is that Lovelich will be taking the kick, and that is so. So Lovelich raises both arms, ready to sky this one towards the box. A great kick by Lovelich, looking for the middle of the box. This one hit out. A big opportunity for the Garnets here. Can't get it in. It's to be charged a goal kick here, so a big opportunity for the Garnets, and they cannot capitalize.
If we take a look here, a bit of a slowdown. It goes for Blanco to get the... I'm a little convinced that was a corner, but nevertheless, you follow what the ref says. We take a look at another angle here. Off the header attempt, Schmid would have been off where the post was if that shot were to have gone off, but thanks to Blanco, Sterling gets a goal kick and another chance to be on the offensive.
So the senior Evan Rasishi almost put it in the back of the net here for the Garnets early in the second half. Bright John subbing out as Wesley Wright comes on. As we mentioned, almost the younger counterpart of Bright John on this Sterling roster.
Ethan! No!
It's been an important game as he comes off, and I think he's putting a lot of effort to make this game work, but a lot of pressure has been on the wings from the Garnets. It's felt like they've been trying to kind of play like it's almost a funnel, one on the attack and on the defense, to make sure it goes from a wider array of defenses to move in narrower to get the goal in. It just hasn't quite worked out. And Sterling's plan hasn't worked out just yet either, but both have had a lot of good chances.
So Ortiz ready to take this free kick here for the Knights after a little bit of a jersey grab by the Garnets. Ref blows the whistle, coming to talk to a Garnet. Looks like it's going to be Begley. Ref looking to have a conversation. A yellow card is rewarded to Begley, as now Jake Dillian subs in here for Begley. coach looking for an explanation, not getting one from either ref. Begley comes over to talk to both managers. So a big defender out for Haddon Heights. Begley having a terrific game himself. So definitely crucial to see him go out early in the second half. Ortiz ready to sky this one in here for the Knights. Ortiz gets it in the box, or excuse me, outside the box, looking for Weitzel. Weitzel doesn't get the right touch on the ball. Collins the first one to it. Collins settles, makes a man miss. Collins looking towards the outside of the box towards Reich. Reich going one-on-one with Palisano. Has his back towards the goal, moves over, trying to shift his way past Palisano. Palisano doing a great job of fighting him off the ball. Possession is awarded to the Knights here for a big throw-in. Reich gonna take it. Very powerful throw-in, looking for Camardo. This one hit out by the Garnets and now seeping into Sterling's defensive end. Ortiz and Collins, the two to it. Collins moves it over towards Ortiz. Ortiz is gonna send it the other way. Looking deep towards Connor Maynard. This one deflected up by Dillian. The Garnets looking to go the other way in transition now. Camardo pressuring from behind, chips it forward towards LaShalle. The Garnet hit down, so a foul called on the Knights. Camardo a little bit slow to get up. We're going to take a look at that replay in just a few moments.
There's been, as we take a look here, it's a good move to try and get it. Camardo gets intercepted. He plays on the ball, but I understand the call there.
So Loveledge sending it, trying to look for that back post, and just a little bit too hard. Loveledge, absolutely rocket of a leg, but just a bit too hard on the kick there. So no offensive advancement made for the Garnets.
But he's been able to send in, you know, with the power he's had on the legs, from goal kicks, from free kicks, from all these different, you know, means of transporting the ball further into the side you want it to be on. He's been that guy for this Garnets team, and it's shown. They've been very good at finding ways to progress down the field quickly, and it's what's been throwing this Sterling team off. They haven't been able to play with a lot of support and transition.
So Ortiz kicking it from the box. Now hit forward by the Garnets. It's sent forward again by Bleem. Goes past Connor Maynard. And Loveledge there to meet. Maynard applying pressure. Gets it over towards Dillian. Dillian skies it. Chips it up in the air. Rusano hits it forward towards Connor Maynard. Connor Maynard going against Loveledge here. Loveledge wins the one-on-one. He's going to send it back up the field. Blanco stops it. Kick forward by the Garnets. Jesus Blanco applying pressure from behind. Gets it up towards Collins. Collins gets hit down by LaShawn, and now LaShawn ready to take it the other way. Trying to cross it towards the middle. A nice play by Ortiz to keep that one away. The double team on LaShawn, trying to make sure he can't turn. Collins ready to clear it away. Once again knocked down by a Garnet. Quentin Rosano gets tripped down, and now this one chipped forward by the Knights, ready to clear this one away. Sterling still looking to clear this one officially out. The Garnet's still pressing on that gas pedal, and once again it's hit forward towards LaShawn. LaShawn has the cross opportunity, gets it to that back post, nobody home. The Garnet's trying to recollect here, applying the pressure to the Sterling defensive line for one of the first times in this game, and that one hit to the side of the goal.
It was constant offensive pressure from the Garnets to try and make that play work. It was for a solid minute 20, and I feel like that's another instance of not having support on the ball, or not being able to get there in time, or letting some things slip, as we see there. Is Reich just kind of lets the ball pass by him. Even though it doesn't result in a point, it still is something that needs to be improved upon when they're near the box, because it just has not been consistently good defending for the Knights thus far.
So now this one hit forward by the Knights. Pressure being applied here by Wesley Wright, coming hard on Dillian. The Garnets can't collect. Blanco trying to turn. Great prevention there by number 18, John Cordet. Or Caderet, excuse me. And now this one hit back by the Garnets. Tapped by, by Blanco. Blanco looks deep. That one once again hit by Caderet. Rosano looking to throw this one quickly, looking up towards Reich. Reich trying to beat two defenders. Weaves his way, trying to weave his way past Dillian. And that one goes out on the Garnets. So it looks like Begley getting ready to substitute back into this game here for the Garnets after being sent off earlier with a yellow card along with Charles Mers. So 22 and 21 ready to substitute back in this game for the Garnets. Rosano ready to throw this one in here for the Knights. Big, powerful throw from a big, powerful guy. Gets it over towards Wiley. Wiley gets back towards Rosano. Rosano looking for the back post. Looking for Bright John and can't get to it. Is John.
They get a corner out of it. And John, I mean, he's there for it, but this isn't his kind of play. It's not where his strong suit is. That's something you see Anthony Ortiz on more. But regardless, it results in a corner for Sterling, which is a huge opportunity for them. As we see here, it's across to John that just gets hit off of a Garnet barely. Regardless, a corner is a corner. You got to take what you get.
So Jesus Blanco going to go to the far flag, ready to kick this one away here for the Knights. The Knights stacking the box, only Bleem, Collins, and it looks like Ethan Whites will reside outside of it. Whistle blows. Whistle blows. Blanco raises the arm, ready to send this one away, looking for the back post, and can't get enough on the corner kick, and that one goes behind the crossbar.
Well, it was definitely a decent attempt, but it's another one of those instances that we've seen off these corners and free kicks from Sterling and the Garnets as well. It just hasn't been there for them. And obviously, if you're against someone like Sean Fisher, no matter what, a shot's going to be hard to make it in. Both of these keepers for both sides are very difficult to score against. And I feel like it's been very present as we watch what's been going on attack-wise for both of these squads. And another goal kick for Heights.
So far, we've seen a lot of right idea and wrong execution, and not just for Sterling, but for the Garnets as well. Now being sent forward is the Garnets. Sorry, Max, I had to cut you off there. Now Travis Schmidt comes out of his crease. A big opportunity there, but Schmidt makes the right play, getting it back up towards Weitzel. And as Max says, always makes the right decision at the right time. Travis Schmidt with almost a game-saving opportunity there. Now Wesley Rick applying pressure on this defensive line, trying to win the one-on-one, and does. Keeps the ball in front, trying to sky it towards the far post, but nobody home for Sterling, even in the general vicinity. Garnets are going to hit it the other way, trying to work their way up the field and transition here. Getting it back to number 7, Quinn Dahem.
You take a look here at this save. It's a good decision to play out of where the line is, make a bold move, catch the attacker off guard. As you see here, he thinks he's going to have to play one-on-one, but no. As he turns back, you've got Schmidt right there. Goes shins first for a sliding save before anything could truly happen. And it's the right decision made by the brick wall once again. We had a couple substitutions in there. Camardo and Walters came back in.
Yeah, for Connor Maynor and Quentin Rosano. So a bit of senior-sophomore substitution pairs for the Sterling team. And if you're just tuning in, a big game for this Sterling team. Needs to win to clinch the division. If they tie, they got to rely on Haddon Heights beating Haddonfield. George Walters with a nice cross, looking for that back post where Camardo resided. This one hit forward towards Weitzel. Weitzel has to settle it. Weitzel trying to get it back into the box here. Pressure by Camardo. And a nice scoop there by Sean Fisher.
It's another instance of Bright John being where you'd assume Ortiz would be on a cross or a corner, going for the headers, and it just can't quite get the right angle on it. And it makes sense, kind of out of his comfort zone. But still, I feel like in a game like this, you put the best player for the job in. So a handball's going to get called there.
Handball on Weitzel. Hit his arm, excuse me.
Just unfortunate placement.
You're an assistant coach. You're allowed to talk. You're an assistant coach, but I don't want to hear it. I don't care if you're talking in general.
So
He's the only guy I want to hear.
And manager for
Because we'll referee,
Haddon
he'll
Heights.
coach, otherwise we will referee. He won't coach, and you'll both be on the bench.
So whistle being ready to blow. Looks like Will Loveridge is going to be the one to kick it away here for Haddon Heights, the usual suspect for these free kicks. One of these senior captains for Haddon Heights, definitely a big impact player for them. Ready to spoot this one away. What a kick by Loveridge, looking deep into the box. Schmidt can't collect and finally does. A great play by Travis Schmidt to come deep out of his crease and make the right play.
He's got quite the collection of saves this time around. Must have heard what I had said in the first half about not having too many shots on him, besides a couple of instances where he had to punch it out. Now there's already been a couple as we lean towards the end of this, first section of the second half here, where he's had to put in a ton of effort to stop the ball from going in. feels like the defensive line has kind of been a little less prominent like they were in the first half.
So now Sterling trying to apply pressure now on their offensive side of the ball. Bleem gets a little hop, skip, and gets to the ball, trying to do a little bit of a give and go with Bright John, but John can't get there in time, and that play goes stray.
Opposite!
Looks like Severelli's going to check in here for Haddon Heights. He's going to sub out Caderet. So throwing comes here. Weitzel trying to get to it as quick as he can, but taken away by the Garnet defender. That looked like it was number 12, Mizuko. Ethan Weitzel with a nice clean tackle gets it up towards Camardo. Camardo weaving his way past a couple of defenders. Camardo settles it, trying to make a move, trying to get past Palisano. Camardo takes it back, trying to move his way, and a nice play by Palisano to stand tall and stop that Camardo attack. That one's hit out of bounds by the Garnets.
And it's another throw-in for Bleem as well. Him and Loveridge have been obviously I guess Q's been thrown in there as well, but there's been, common takers for things like this. And while they're good at what they do, it'll get you similar results each time. So I feel like, especially for Heights, we haven't seen much. There needs to be a little more alternating as to who's taking these types of things, just to throw off Sterling.
Now hit down as Blanco whistle blows, and a big opportunity coming in here for the Knights. Blanco's going to wait. So right in the middle, I'd say about 10 yards right outside of the box. Blanco is going to take this free kick, has a wall of 3 in front of him, has to try and get it inside of the box. A great goalkeeper in Fisher in the net, looking for the first score of this game right over halfway in this second half.
If I'm Blanco, I'm looking to pass to Camardo on the side here and around the wall, try to make something happen, not directly from your kick, but from an assist.
So Blanco raises the arm. He's going to chip it instead, trying to chip it towards that back post where Anthony Ortiz is, and that one cleared out quickly by Haddon Heights. Jesus Blanco trying to chip it forward. We're going to take another look at the free kick.
It's a good attempt to get Ortiz to get those headers in he hasn't been able to get in earlier in the game. As now it's going to be Maynard coming back in. And that'll be Weitzel coming out.
It looks like Dillion's coming in the game here for Haddon Heights.
Weitzel, excuse me, Wesley.
Wesley Reich coming out of the game for the Knights.
So many West sounds.
So George Walters going to throw it in here for the Knights. This one skied out once again out of bounds. So if you're just tuning in, Sterling needing a win here to get the conference. If they tie, they rely on Haddon Heights to lose to Haddonfield. I think that game happening perhaps this Friday, I would assume. But Sterling would much rather just get the win now. Camardo trying to put a shot on goal. That one goes wide. So a powerful shot by Captain Camardo, and he cannot find the net.
Do you want to attack?
See some desperation
we're sending Carson.
Moving in.
Who's it going to be?
As there hasn't been a ton of support, so Camardo's trying to take things into his own hands. Blanco's trying to take things into his own hands. People who know they can score have been trying to on their own, and it hasn't been super efficient for the Knights as we see another wide shot comes from them.
So Loveridge sends it back towards center field. Nice collection there by LaShalle. Going one-on-one with Blanco. Great play by Walters to try and clear. Haddon Heights collects it once again. Bright John playing one-on-one on that far side. John wins the one-on-one and trying to take it the other way. Taken down, no call. Haddon Heights continuing to go forward into their offensive zone. Bright John comes back with physical play, and the whistle blows.
I was going to replay on it because I wasn't really following when John as the play went. He gets back up, tries to go for the ball, and he's just a little early for the challenge as him and Bleem kind of get the attack in.
So now a big opportunity coming in here for the Haddon Heights Garnets. Almost a quasi corner kick coming here, but really just a free kick from a little bit closer in. This one skied into the box. Schmid there, and he makes the catch. Travis Schmid with smart hands as that ball was going for the far post, but Schmid stands tall.
It's a solid free kick effort, but when you're against Schmid in the net, you're not going to get much from it.
Schmid absolutely sending one towards center field. What a rocket that kid has on him. His leg very powerful. This one set forward, but cleared quickly by Max Bleem as he finds Camardo. Camardo hitting it down with his chest to settle it. Camardo sending it forward for Connor Maynor. Connor Maynor using his burst of speed on that far side. Maynor settling it, trying to cross it. That one deflected out, and that one's going to be a corner kick for the Sterling Knights.
One of their common occurrences in this match have been a lot of corners for them. And I feel like while they've been good attempts, they just haven't been all there. This could be the opportunity that puts them up, and then it's just constant defense from there. It could work out. It's just got to be a matter of can they seize the moment, which they have yet to do.
So Walters comes out as this corner kick is being prepared. It looks like Connor Maynor is going to take it here for the Knights. Someone we're pretty unfamiliar with taking the corner kicks for Sterling. He's done it on a few occasions when we're broadcasting, but not too many. It's normally been Blanco and Weitzel.
Maybe it's just an attempt to throw off this Garnet's defending in the box. Just it's a bit of unorthodox for them to see him taking the corners.
Yeah, it looks like Blanco on that back, or in that scrum of blue and white jerseys. The whistle blows and the arm raises here for Connor Maynor. He gets his little short hop over towards Carson Wiley. This one quickly cleared away by the Garnet's defense. Rosano trying to get it back towards Connor Maynor. Connor Maynor looking to cross, but that one's deflected out. So a throw in here coming in here for the Knights.
It's been a lot of these opportunities either for set pieces or for throw-ins. And it's another deflection for yet another throw-in opportunity.
So the Garnet's just limiting the momentum that Sterling's trying to move up the field with. Connor Maynor, yet another throw-in. No attackers up, absolutely stacking the box against the Sterling team. Once again, deflected out. A bit of a lackluster kick up the field. Carson Wiley capitalizes, trying to get it over towards Rosano. That one taken away by the Garnet's defense, and they're trying to advance up forward. Ortiz skies it, looking deep towards Blanco. Blanco gets to it, but also meets Mizuko. Makes a nice move around Blanco, and this one chipped forward. Collins there, along with Mers. Mers trying to get around Carson Wiley. Carson Wiley trying to move his way up. A nice ball by Mers, finds Lachau. Lachau trying to advance forward, but a nice defensive play by Ortiz as he kicks that one out of harm's way.
A lot of good shots from both sides, but also a lot of good opportunities that have been taken away by the other side. And I feel like that's been the main issue for both offenses as well. Heights doesn't care as much about scoring. They're okay with keeping it at a draw. Sterling, as we now creep towards the 30-minute mark in the second half, they're going to get a little more desperate to try and score as quickly as they can. And now throw-ins like these aren't something you want to see if you are Sterling.
So a throw-in coming here for Haddon Heights. Looks like Trent Begley's going to be the one to throw it in. A powerful throw, looking towards the front post. Can't find it. Begley collects. Begley looking to cross it in, trying to find that back post. A big shot. That was about to be taken there by Lachau. But that one trickles out of bounds. Very ambitious there by Lachau, going for a bicycle kick. But it looks like offsides is called. Definitely one of the more oblivious ones, right? Or not oblivious, but obvious ones, excuse me.
I'm not even sure how obvious it is. I think it's just a matter of going for something that's a little too much there. It wasn't going to be there for you. You can't try to force something like that because it leads to things like this where you got a goal kick against you that could lead to something huge late into this game for the Silver Knights.
So two arms go, and Ortiz sends it, looking for either Rosano or Weitzel. Weitzel chips it forward towards Camardo. This one cleared away by the Garnet's defense. Settled by Blanco, a nice touch there to control and corral. Sending it forward for Rosano or Camardo. Camardo charging on, a nice play there by the Garnet's defender. This one chipped over. It's going to hit the table. I'm going to make the play on it. So I have the ball in my hands here at the table. Going to give this to the ball boy.
Thank you, sir.
And now Rosano ready to chuck this one in here for the Knights. Couple substitutions coming in here. Looks like Wesley Reich substituting in for Bright John.
The common swap out we see
Yeah.
between the two.
Bright John definitely still returning back from some minor injuries, so definitely want to pace him as such. Make sure you don't overwork him.
Especially going into a possible playoff run.
Yeah, exactly. This one chipped forward, but a little too hard, and Wesley Wright can't get to it. And you can follow us on Twitter or X at SterlingTV19, where we'll have live updates of all the games and some fun things happening around the castle. So make sure you guys go follow us on Twitter or X at SterlingTV19.
Defense!
This one sent away by Loveridge. Hits off of Weitzel, so it'll be possession going to the Garnets.
Jay,
Going to be thrown in here by Polisano. Excuse me. Whistle blows. I think he advanced a little too far to the ref's liking, so just throw it in from a deeper spot. Chipping it back to Polisano. He's going to send it forward. Looking for an outlet. Sterling defense still trying to stay strong. As we mentioned, they need to win to clinch the division. A tie would mean Haddon Heights would have to lose to the Haddonfield Bulldogs this upcoming Friday. Rosano going one-on-one here, wins the one-on-one. Rosano using his strength to his advantage after the one-on-one with Savarelli. This one chipped forward for Camardo. Camardo's going to be the first one to it, trying to cross it towards the middle. Connor Maynor cannot get it in. A big opportunity for Connor Maynor. Let's go! And just couldn't get enough.
I mean, it's right there. It really is right there. But that's not something you can, that's just an opportunity you have to look at and go, we're almost there. We just need a little more of it, maybe a little more support behind us in case this kick comes through right to Q. See if they can do it again.
Max and myself holding my breath, or holding our breaths right there.
Yeah, I'm holding your breath.
As that was such a big opportunity for the Knights. As we take another look at it, Camardo getting the perfect cross to Connor Maynor, just so close. A great challenge there, nevertheless, by Sean Fisher.
Take a look at it again here. It's a low cross. 5 there isn't there. Loveridge isn't there. It's just a tap away. In spite of, constant attacks, that was the best one we've seen, in those minutes.
Loveridge chipping it towards the box. A nice catch by Travis Schmid once again. Schmid playing some remarkable goaltending today, not letting a few mistakes go by. Schmid normally solid at that. This one hit forward by the Garnets. They're trying to settle it in their own offensive zone. A nice play by Carson Wiley to challenge, and he's going to chip it forward, looking for Connor Maynor. The speedster meets Loveridge, deflects it, trying to get onto it. Tries to make a nice slide tackle, but that one's going to go out of bounds. And again, if you're just tuning in, we're about 31 minutes and 22 seconds into the second half unofficially. Sterling, again, needing a win to clinch the conference. If they tie, Haddon Heights has to lose to Haddonfield, and if they lose, there is no contention for the division for the Knights today. So Rosano trying to advance forward, looking towards the middle, but no one home. Camardo getting up quite gimpishly as he's trying to walk off a sore ankle. Now LeShan chipping it forward, and a big opportunity coming in here for the Garnets. Garnets retreating back, trying to look for an outlet towards the middle. But now that one intercepted by Sterling's defense. Hit up by Wesley Reich. Mistake by Polisano. Wesley Reich using his speed to regain some ground. Polisano has to chip it forward. And this one hit forward by Reese Skilton. Skilton has it on the outside, looking towards the middle, looking for an outlet. Looking for LeShan in the middle. Challenged by Schmid. This one deflected out. Once again, missed by a Garnet. And now Sterling clears. What a defensive play right there by the Knights.
Regardless of the end result, that was a better defensive play by the post, I would say. It really saved this game for the Knights.
I think
conference-winning hopes.
They did an amazing job of stacking that far post to making sure that couldn't go anywhere else.
They clambered in real close.
Oh my!
Yeah, it was.
That was all post right there.
Yeah.
So Skilton had a goal wiped away from the board right there after the post, saving the Knights. And just as I mentioned before, the Knights, if they lost, would be out of Colonial Conference contention, and that was a great play by Skilton to kind of fake the pass towards the middle, had a one-on-one with Schmid, beat Schmid, but that post.
The post is ever standing still and never lets up a goal near it.
So Schmid definitely has to give a little thanks to his post when he gets a second. As the sun starting to come down just a little bit here on the castle. A little nice sunset, or a little nice color deeming over the castle at the moment as well. From the sunset, or excuse me, the sunset. Good lord.
Sunset?
Sunset. So now Ortiz taking up on that far side. Has 2 defenders on him. Ortiz doesn't come up much, but a good offensive threat when he does, knowing his IQ of the game.
Got a Garnet taking some time on the ground there.
But he gets back up A-okay. Looks like he took a shot from the ball quite high. Wesley Reich with a little bit of space. That was Palisano, who was on the ground looking towards the middle, but nobody home. An easy collection for Fisher.
It's good power, but just there's no support there to make the score happen like there was in that Camardo chance earlier on. And I feel like that's, again, been the struggle we've had to highlight a few too many times, where just there hasn't been a lot of help on these shots.
And now down is Blanco. Blanco holding the knee. Looks uncomfortable.
Well, he gets twisted up there with 21 being Murs.
Blanco.
Take a look here from this angle. We have after John goes off of the ball. Blanco tries to go and gets in a tussle with Murs and kind of falls.
So Blanco walking away with a little bit of a limp after saying he does not need our athletic trainer, Sean Clank. Fortunately, Sean watches from a distance, and now Ortiz sending it towards that back post, looking for a Knight. A bit of a bobble by the goaltender. Now it's going to be a corner kick for Sterling. A major mistake there by Fisher.
And while it was a mistake by Fisher, you've got to understand it's a bit of a mistake from the players in the box, too. There's not much there to make the goal happen from that long pass. But regardless, corner kick's corner kick.
So now, corner kick coming in here for the Knights. Ethan White's going to be the one to take it. Sterling with some limited time left in this second half, 34 minutes and 36 seconds to be exact. Or not exact, but unofficially 36 seconds. Arms raised, and this one's skied. Looking towards that front post, has an opportunity, a big shot, and it's kept away once again by the Garnets. Sterling calling for a handball, doesn't get it. That could have been it. That could have been the goal to get them over, but it's not. And now Sterling has to regroup once again. What an opportunity from the Knights.
It's still a good amount of time for them to use.
And now another opportunity. Camardo charging, and another great play by Fisher. Whistle blows.
He's heading it back!
You take a look here right off the corner. It goes off of the glove, off Camardo's shoulder, and then goes off of Ortiz, but it's blocked just barely.
Jay!
And they're trying to call.
Is he calling all sides or a foul?
He gave someone a yellow here.
Looks like he gave Camardo a yellow. So we're in a replay. We're going to look at
that's
and
six.
Loveridge, or no, excuse me, that's not.
But we don't have a 6, so we'll go for Loveridge here. So we return to the game. There's a booking. We take a look here, though. Camardo goes for it, and then Ortiz with the shot. Left. We're going to say that looks like a 6, but we don't have a 6 on here, so let's go with Loveridge, who's the closest we've got. It looked about around there. And there's, again, from this angle, a nice drone shot. It's good. And then Ortiz has it right there. It's just barely blocked on the line. Wonderful defensive effort to keep this game at 0-0.
So just what a big play by the Garnets, as that could have been it. Sterling with a huge opportunity, cannot get it. Looked like either Loveridge saved the game or another Garnet defender. As this game approaching the final minutes in the second half, just what a big opportunity for the Knights that they could not capitalize on, as now they are trying to get back in that same scenario. LaShan looking to send it deep, getting pressured by Carson Wiley. LaShan just going to take it himself. Right, John helps on that on this close side. LaShan takes it himself once again. A very physical play between him and John. This one kicked forward once again by the Knights, hit by Carroll. Carroll having to recover after chipping it just a little too hard. Weitzel taking it himself. What a nice play by Weitzel with a big burst of speed. He's going to carry it himself as Patrick Carroll on his close side. And a big tackle there by number 22, Trent Begley, on Ethan Weitzel. They're going to get him all day for that one. And it looks like...
Yeah, it was definitely a late challenge. Substitution called.
And now Begley awarded his second yellow card of the game. So that means that is a red for Begley.
And Heights has to finish this game with 10 men.
That should be Begley's second yellow. He was substituted off earlier.
So take a look. See a very late challenge.
Yeah, completely obvious late challenge right there.
I don't see anyone else being brought
Begley,
on.
that is his second yellow of the game, so the remainder of this game will be played with 10 players.
Some complaints, obviously, from Begley, but still. Ten men for the Garnets to use. This could be huge for Sterling. But there is some discussion on the sideline to see if someone's coming in or if it is a second yellow.
Yep, it is the second yellow. So the ref just confirmed it. That's the second yellow of the game for Begley. So Garnet's going to be playing with 10 for the rest of this one. The ref just raised the card.
I'm going to assume we just lost the card for a second there.
Yeah, I was also confused myself, but I knew from earlier in the game.
Ethan, get your 10.
We're keeping track over here, making sure it's all good.
Even K was questioning my analysis, but I knew.
Don't ever question those guys right on the field.
So now, nevertheless, a kick going to be taken here from the Knights. After Begley was sent out with a red card late in this matchup against the Knights, so the Haddon Heights Garnets are going to have to play the remainder of this match with 10. That scenario also going into overtime as well, so the Garnets are going to have to play with 10 in overtime as well if we get there. But nevertheless, a kick getting taken here by Weitzel. Weitzel looking towards the box. A big opportunity here. That one trickles away and goes right out of bounds.
Let's see here. It's a good opportunity taken by Weitzel.
Just no Knight can get a leg onto it.
Yeah, no, it's unfortunate placement that leads to another goal kick for this Heights team, as we see here. It's a good rush into the box, but just no one's quite there.
By yourself, right? So smart.
It's just not how it was written, how it was drawn up. But it leads to yet another kick from Loveridge at the goals. We take a look here once again. A nice effort from Weitzel to get it there.
A nice chip,
but just hits absolutely nobody.
So again, we'll remind you, the Garnets playing with 10 on after a red to Trent Begley. And a big player as well that's out of this lineup for the Garnets, because Begley doing a lot of the defending for this team, definitely a stopper, a lot of the transition that Sterling has built. Looks like Mikey Campanero is going to be subbing on here for the Garnets.
He's probably been the most reliable defender, Begley. So you see him get fouled out with the second yellow. It's definitely a very concerning sight for managerial staff for Heights to got to work around that, especially now with only 10 men. You can't let up a score here.
And Coach Epbright, I think, definitely knows that after a minor shove on Ortiz. Gets called for a foul. Garnet trying to advance with pace. It looks like Loveridge, once again is going to take this for the Garnets. Raises both arms. And fires it in. This one gets past the Sterling wall. A big opportunity for the Garnets, but cannot get it in the back of the net and past Travis Schmid, as that one goes wide.
When we take a look here at this free kick, it's a solid effort. Great power to get over the wall. Wiley almost chips it, but that's going to be a bit of a mishap by Mizuko, getting the touch on it when he didn't really need to.
Yeah, Mizuko got a touch onto it, maybe trying to put it in the back of the net. Whistle blows. That one's going to be called number 21, Charles Merz. Trying to climb the back of Rosano. Wiley moving with pace, moves it to that far side where Wesley Reich is. Reich trying to push past the defense, maybe trying to cross it towards the middle. Kind of got knocked down and deflected out. Now it's going to be a corner kick here for the Knights. So corner kick, Weitzel's going to take it. They're ready to get the set piece in. Ortiz comes down. Even Collins comes down, so one thing we don't see often. Weitzel sends it, trying to look for the front post, trying to get it towards the back post, and Ortiz got a head on it, but could not get it in the back of the net.
It's another solid shot attempt, but it's just not all there. It's a good positioning, and it just isn't all there.
It looks like that is going to be it for this second half action and the end of regulation between these two teams. So I'm going to tell you the circumstances once again. Sterling needs to win to get the conference. If they tie, they need Haddon Heights to lose. And if they lose, that is it for the Knights. But we'll be right back at you after this commercial break with some overtime soccer.
Bullying, no matter the circumstances, someone will always be there for you.
Over 160,000 kids refuse to go to school each day in fear of being bullied.
Stop bullying and be united.
And we're back here at Sterling Channel 9 team, and I guess you could say this is the witching hour with 2 overtime halves going to decide the victor in this game between the Sterling Silver Knights and the Haddon Heights Garnets. And we're going to take a look at a couple of the big saves here for the Garnets in this one. The first one coming from that defensive line and quickly kicked away, and that one could have been a big goal for the Knights, getting them a 1-goal lead over the Garnets. As we're taking a look at the Garnets huddle just about to be broken here, starting the overtime action. So 2 10-minute halves to decide the victor. Here's the second save, or not really a save, but definitely a missed opportunity here for the Knights, as this one went wide off of Connor Maynard, and just inches, mere inches, could have brought the Knights to victory. So if you're just tuning in, this game having a lot of implication for both of these teams. If Sterling picks up the victory, they are conference champions. If they tie Haddon Heights is going to have to lose against Haddonfield, who is ranked 5th in the Colonial Liberty. And if Sterling loses, they are out of Colonial Liberty contention. I'm Daniel Leakin, joined by Max Bleem here, ready for some overtime soccer. 2 10-minute halves between these teams. Haddon Heights is going to start with possession, kicking to the right side of the field. So definitely interesting to see how they start off this overtime between themselves and the Knights. I would want to say here on Sterling Channel 19, the boys, we've probably broadcasted either 3 or 4 overtime games. There have been a ton between the boys and some other teams. I remember a couple of them. The first clear memory, clear as day, was Triton. And I mean, Sterling has 4 ties, so that shows they've been in overtime 4 times, plus a couple of wins. Haddon Heights only having, I think, 2. So Heights is kind of unfamiliar with this overtime standard. Sterling been in this situation many, many times before, having 4 ties overall. 7-5-4 the Knights stand. So again, Sterling 7-5-4 overall. Haddon Heights, again, only having one overtime tie, as I mentioned before, so not as much as Sterling in that case, where Sterling has 4. Haddon Heights only has 1.
However, what you will say about that is that Sterling only has 1 in the division, which I think is kind of important to note, is that I feel like it's been a lot more definitive, even if it goes to overtime, while in these divisional games, and that could be telling for the result here.
So the chill definitely coming on here as it gets later into the night, or I guess to say the afternoon, and we get started here with some overtime soccer between the Sterling Silver Knights and the Haddon Heights Garnets. Sterling needs to win to get the conference. If they tie, Haddon Heights has to lose to Haddonfield, excuse me, in order for Sterling to get a split of the division. So Camardo coming hard on this defensive line. Camardo trying to be the pioneer of this Sterling offense, gets a hit out right there by Palisano. Now it's another throw in here for the Garnets, hit up by Carson Wiley, trying to get it more towards the center of the field. Weitzel hits it down. It's going to be a handball called on Weitzel, defending by Mizuko.
Take a second look here at this handball call. Yeah, it bounces into the forearm a bit there. It's just unfortunate placement of the hands.
So it looks like Loveledge is going to sky it forward, looking deep. Bleem sends it the other way. Bleem once again sends it the other way. Carson Wiley's going to send it back towards center field. Looks like Connor Maynard's been crashing on the ball. Connor Maynard has to move quickly, gets a nice tackle by the Garnets defender, and is going to advance up. Collins going to send it the other way. Mers gets a head on it, getting up to Campanero, excuse me. A little bit of a stutter. Wiley's going to hit it up. Bit of pinball going on in the air, settled by Blanco, hits it over towards Mers. Mers doesn't get the right touch on it, and Camardo is fouled.
It's a huge call.
No. So huge foul on Mers, as Weitzel wanted to pick up the pace, but Coach Marley says, let's settle it down a little bit. Looks like Blanco is going to have the kick.
In the box. Score.
Rare occasion where we see Collins crashing in from the defensive side. He's going to try and get into the box. Blanco raises the arm. He's going to send it to that back post, looking for Bright John. Bright John trying to go one-on-one, and that one kicked a little too hard.
There's a shove there, I feel like, on Bright John that we see. Either that or Ortiz. Ortiz gets shoved in the tussle there.
20 yards away from goal. Put it on goal.
Take another look here.
Blanco, he just sent it past the goal. We see Sterling a lot of the times go for these back post kind of set pieces, but Blanco just sent it way too far.
That wasn't back post. That was back behind the net. And I feel like he kind of knew it once it left his foot.
Blanco definitely such a talented soccer player in this one. And Connor Maynard's going to get to the ball first. Great hustle there by the sophomore. He wins the one-on-one. Connor Maynard trying to cross it towards the middle. Gets it over towards Rosano. Rosano has to put a shot on goal, and that one goes wide. He had Camardo on the back post. It went past him. And such a big opportunity for the Knights there. But Rosano could not finish.
It was a good option. Another very close shot, as we see here. A decent cross in. Q tries to find something there. I think he might have had some options pass-wise and put a little less power on there. But regardless, mere inches away from the net. It's constant improvement with these shots. I feel like it's got to be a matter of time before they finally capitalize. A lot of early shots on goal in this first part overtime.
Game of inches this game has been for both of these teams. Almost a goal scored by the Garnets late in that second half. But that ball hitting off the post, and once again we see Rosano just merely missing the net. It's 11-on-10 action, just to mention. That's a great point from the truck right there. Trent Begley was sent off with a red card after getting 2 yellows, or after accumulating 2 yellows. Great ball. The great ball by Ortiz. He gets it over towards Bleem. Bleem takes his time looking towards Bright John. Bright John has to collect it in front. He's going one-on-one on that far side. Whistle blows. Looks like someone's a little bit offside.
Jesus, push
so I was going to make the mention of with the red cards as it goes out of bounds.
Out of bounds, excuse me.
It's a throw in Palisano to Mizuko. Goes nowhere.
So Wiley getting it up towards Blanco. Blanco advancing forward. Has to put a shot on goal. This one blocked off by Garnet's defense and sent the other way. Collins crashing onto it. Advances the ball a little too much. Collins going to get it back into the offensive zone. Camardo creeping behind. Camardo the first one to it. Hits off the back of his heel and he trips and falls. But he gets it back over to Rosano. Rosano trying to chip it towards the middle towards Maynard. Maynard getting it over towards Blanco. Blanco puts a shot. It stays in bounds. So that one staying in bounds. A nice save there by Fisher. I feel like he could have just let that one go.
It was close. I feel like it is just a matter of security, especially this late. If you're in overtime, and you've got to secure a win to get Sterling out of contention. It's huge to make those plays.
So LaShalle moving up into the zone, gets it over towards Silvestri. Silvestri get it past Rosano. Rosano one-on-one with Silvestri on the far side. Rosano complaining that there may have been, or it may have been out of bounds. Schmid with the quick throw in, gets it up towards Weitzel. Weitzel looking for Connor Maynor. Has to corral it. He does. He controls it in front. Sterling getting the reinforcements coming from behind as we speak. Weitzel gets it over towards Rosano. Rosano looking for the far post. He traces Connor Maynor but couldn't get to it. Trying to say a streaking Connor Maynor. Almost another huge opportunity. Sterling pressing the gas, going at 120 down this road right now, trying to get a goal on the board. Camardo pressuring from behind, gets thrown off, gets up towards Carson Wiley. Wiley going around right now. Great defense there by Silvestri as he pushes it up towards LaShawn. LaShawn one-on-one with Ortiz. Reinforcements once again coming from this Knights team. Someone streaking off the edge, that's Dahim. Dahim one-on-one with John, trying to get past him. John playing some strong defense. Dahim gets past Bleem as well, and he falls out of bounds.
It's good contest and good pressure from Bright John there. Bleem tries to take over that pressure, ends up working out in their favor. He trips up trying to regain possession, leads to a goal kick from Ortiz here.
So substitution coming on the field. Rosano checks out for Wesley Reich.
Trying to double up on speed there, keeping John in there.
Wait a minute. Where did it go off? Hey, coach, here's what happened. Hold on. The clock stopped. Hold on.
So the clock stopped. Ref having a conversation with Coach Marlies. Whistle blows. Time restarts. And now Ortiz is going to send it towards center field. This one hit off of a Garnet. Blanco sends it forward. Bleem sends it up towards Weitzel. Weitzel doesn't get the right touch on it. Now Dahim is going to send it the other way, looking up the field. Bleem trying to be the first one to it. No pressure by the Garnet's offense. They also do not have to, as we mentioned, if they tie, they just have to beat Haddonfield. Ortiz going one-on-one with Dahim. Dahim's going to send a shot in. Excuse me, that's not Dahim, that's LaShalle. An easy save there by Schmid. Schmid's going to sky it, pop fly towards center. This one hit down by the Garnets, and they're going to send it right back into the Sterling defensive end.
I know a lot of these, obviously it's a larger field, but you've planned for so long, especially it's a lot hotter early in the game, they're going to be super tired after all this efficiency play they've had to make.
And, of course, playing to win the division. Now Blanco sending it up towards Reich. Doesn't get the right pass on it. This one coming to the top of our TV truck, and that one goes behind.
Terrifying.
Got a little nervous. I thought someone was going to hit our cameras. But now batted down, and a rough touch there by Reich.
Frustrating touch to see for manager Marley's.
Definitely. As they were getting that offensive pressure, that ball going out. This one, a nice touch by Silvestri, or excuse me, that's Skilton. Weitzel trying to advance John. John gets a nice touch, gets it back towards Maynard. Maynard back to John, but that one cleared out. Now advancing is Dahim. Dahim on that far side. A nice play by Weitzel. But that one trickles out of bounds.
I feel like there was an unnecessary volley late into this first overtime between those two to keep the ball on theirs. They could have played a little safer.
So sun definitely setting here. No more bright skies. We're kind of into the dim of the night. Blanco sending it up towards Camardo. Camardo can't get to it. Nice play once again. Now down on the ground is Reich. Now a free kick coming here for the Knights. Collins sets it quickly, trying to stack the box.
10.
A wall in front. Collins directing traffic. Clock stops. And a yellow card is awarded here to Jake Silvestri in this game here. So Silvestri sent off.
Maybe see where this ends up.
Heights
coming in.
Still down one man. It's 11 on 10. Now coming in the game is John Caderet, excuse me.
First time we've really seen Caderet in here. I feel like we haven't seen him too much in this game.
We haven't seen him too much in this overtime. He was in later in that second half, so the clock still waiting to resume here. Probably the last play of this overtime game. So now Collins, ready to raise the arm. Collins trying to put it on net here. Collins does get it to that back post, and great clearance there by the Garnets. Bright John rises up, and the whistle blows for the end of the first half of overtime. So an eventful overtime, nevertheless. Sterling controlling most of that possession, really putting their foot on the gas, the pedal to the metal, and only 10 more minutes to decide if they will win the Colonial Liberty Conference or not, as we take a look at the beautiful sunset, as I mentioned before. Almost looks like the Apocalypse Now movie cover. As we take a look at the Colonial Liberty standings, really the only two you guys need to focus on at home are the Haddon Heights Garnets and the Sterling Silver Knights. As you see, Haddon Heights 6-1-1 in the division, 9-3-1 overall, and Sterling 6-2-1 in the division, 7-5-4 overall. Haddon Heights can take on the Haddonfield Bulldogs, who are 3-4-1 in the division, 4-10-1 overall this Friday. So if Sterling does get to a tie, Haddon Heights has to lose to Haddonfield, where Sterling will not win the division. And taking a look at the power points, Haddon Heights, West Deptford, the top two. And then it's Sterling, Collingswood, Seneca, Manchester Township, Middle Township, Lindenwold, Haddonfield, Pleasantville, Barnegat, Cedar Creek, Overbrook, Pennsauken Tech, and Lower Cape May, and Medford Tech.
And I know we've kind of looked over Haddonfield, because even though Heights has to play them, we haven't really focused on them. We've got to understand, Haddonfield is definitely on a lower tier team composition-wise throughout this season. And I think if they were to go against Heights to determine if Heights wins the division, it's all but gifted to Heights, I feel like, because they've been a lot more composed, I feel like, than what we've seen from Haddonfield throughout the year. It's definitely a lot more pressure on Sterling to make sure that game isn't as pivotal, because in the situation where it is, it seems as though Sterling's hope is lost with a draw here.
So now, Sterling with 10 more minutes. They need to get one in the back of the net here. So golden goal, no penalty kicks. This is it. These last 10 minutes decide if Sterling has a chance at the conference, can win the conference, or if it's all over for the Knights. I'd assume Haddon Heights is going to play some pretty reserved offense. Only really saw LaSalle pushing up. And another note, Haddon Heights is still down a man after Trent Begley, one of their main defensive guys, was sent off with a red after accumulating 2 yellows. One for, I guess, misconduct against a referee, and the other for a tackle on Ethan Weitzel later in that second half. So here at the field, 10 more minutes of overtime play. Sterling's going to start with possession. As we zoom in on both of these teams running past each other, getting in their huddles, and Sterling still needs to get this golden goal that they would need so desperately later into this game. So 80 ferocious minutes of regulation, another 10 of some great overtime. So 90 minutes in this game have been played, yet to find a victor. And the real question is, will we find one between these two ultra-talented teams who are step in step with each other at all times? And just how eventful this game has been, and definitely the opposite of what we saw this past Monday between girls soccer and West Deptford, where it was 4-4, the opposite of this one being 0-0 throughout this game.
Yeah, and while they were both, intense in their own ways, one had the scoring advantage, one did not. Obviously, if you want like high-paced offense and constant scoring paying off, go back to that replay on Monday. You'll get a lot of that. But I think this is the game for those who love the technical aspects of this game, finding the right gaps, playing through with enough effort. And now that we're off here, you got to see how it plays through.
So Ortiz gets it over to Collins. Collins trying to sky it, does not get enough on the kick. Wiley gets it back towards Ortiz. Lights starting to dim around the area. Ortiz sends it, looking to the far side. This one hit off of Cadoret. And now a throw-in coming in here for the Knights. Collins going to take his time to run over there. Collins going to throw it in, looking for Connor Maynor. This one, it bounces up towards Blanco. This one needs to be cleared by the Garnets. A bit of a rough clear, and that one dribbles out to the side. So a closer throw-in opportunity here for the Knights. It looks like Wesley Wright's going to be the one to take it. Sterling looking to crash the box here early in this second half of overtime. This one thrown in. Bit of a scrum to the front of the ball. This one cleared out up towards Carson Wiley. Wiley needs to make a decision. He's going to try and shoot it on net, and that one goes over the crossbar.
I feel like a lot of Blanco's opportunities to shoot on net have kind of been spoiled by just a little too much power, a little too high of aim. And that's another instance there, obviously, we saw in the first, on a free kick in the first period of overtime, something similar just wasn't on the net. I feel like it's got to be a matter of a little more passing on those free kicks from him, things like that.
So now, Sterling really trying to pump the pressure towards the end of this one, needing a goal. This one's taken away there by Cadoret. And now Lachau pushing up. Lachau just him and Travis in net. And this one hits off the top crossbar. It's not called a goal. That one stays out of the net. Lachau almost had it. Sterling looking to go the other way.
The post, truly Sterling's best defender in this game. Goodness.
That one hitting off the crossbar. Now going out the other side is Connor Maynor. Connor Maynor with a big opportunity, looking for Camardo. Camardo puts one on net, and that one's saved by Fisher. Fisher skying it towards center. Two back-to-back big opportunities. This was the first one by Lachau, the next by Camardo. We're going to take a look at Lachau's.
Take a look at Lachau. Coming from a goal, it's just a little too much on there. That was almost perfection. What a rush down. No one's on him but the crossbar, denying what would have been a wonderful game winner for the Garnets.
Nolan Lachau leading the team in goals, 13 goals, 1 assist, 27 points for this Haddon Heights team. This one kind of a low skying kick. Gets off the head of Collins. Collins pushing up, trying to play some tight defense, trying to get the ball going the other way. Bright John playing on this close side, knocks down, no call. This one's going to be hit. It's going to be a white throw-in as we're going to take another look at that crossbar play. Just absolutely so close by Lachau. That could have sealed the division for the Garnets.
Great amount of power on that.
Rosano looking on, ready to check into this game here for the Knights.
Stop the clock!
It's 15 Silvestri.
So Silvestri being told to take his shin pads up.
Next one's a card.
He's on the yellow. You got to play careful.
Shouting stop the clock from all the way over here, which I 100% agree. Sterling needing this goal badly. So charging on is Wiley. This one crossed up. Not crossed up, but hit up. This one crossed towards the middle, and a big opportunity does not go in, and Sterling looking to go the other way. Weitzel trying to advance Connor Maynor. Doesn't get the right touch on the ball, but Maynor recovers, keeps that one, tries to keep that one in bounds, I should say, but that one trickles out. And Heights taking their time here with the throw-in. They throw this one forward, up for Jesus Blanco. And this is rather impressive from Haddon Heights being down one man after the late red card. Looking up towards Camardo, and Camardo can't get to it in time. Camardo trying to turn on the Jets, get to that ball quickly. But a nice play by Palisano to try and box him out as much as he could. 4-on-4 has been the matchup to watch in this game. Camardo on Palisano, and now kicked up. Maybe looking for an opportunity are the Knights here. Everyone crashing down in the offensive zone. Looking to clear are the Garnets. This one hit forward, and a big tackle on Reichen. The whistle blows! The whistle blows, and a big free kick opportunity here coming for the Garnets. This one hit quickly. This one taken by Camardo, a shot on goal, and that one's saved by Fisher.
A crazy event here.
And Max, do you think they maybe would have had more success if they tried to crowd the box right outside?
I think they would have had more success if they took a tiny bit more time to set themselves.
Yes.
They wanted to get it out quick because they don't have a lot of time to work with, but that doesn't mean you rush yourself. That means you set yourself how you would with less time. I feel like something got to practice a lot more. So they see themselves in this situation quite a bit.
So now, Michael Palisano taking his time. Rosano again watches on. Ready to sub into this game here for the Knights. This one kicked away. That one kicked over onto our turf.
That felt like it could have been a card for obstructing the play and kicking away.
And that one was really kicked away. Settling the ball is Bright John. A nice play by Bleem. Bleem trying to send it up the field, looking for a Knight. This one hit over towards Blanco. Blanco trying to get it to Reich, and Reich slips and falls. This one going to be sent the other way. LaChale getting a touch on it. Going one-on-one against Bleem here. Drags him to the ground. And that one being called on Bleem.
Take a look again here. It's a tussle for the ball. I understand where he comes from because they wrestle each other down, but Heights is going for the ball offensively, not Sterling.
Wow.
It can go either way.
It can really go either way. The ref says that one's on Bleem.
Regardless, a free kick awarded. Listen to the highlighter, man.
So the free kick awarded here at Haddon Heights. Late into the second half of overtime, division on the line. Heights, if they score, they win. Simple as that. This one being taken by Silvestri. He waits, he runs, he approaches, he shoots. And that one's saved by Schmidt. Easy catch by the brick wall. The brick wall trying to send the boys the other way as we take a look at the replay quickly.
Good one by Silvestri, just wasn't there.
So Bleem now trying to kick it the other way, looking for Bright John. John can't get to it. This one kicked away by the Garnets. A great play by John as John falls. Sterling going quickly. The whistle blows once again.
Quickly, boys! Everything quicker!
Marley shouting orders. Everything has to be quicker. The statement couldn't be more true than right now. Ortiz telling everyone to go deep. Bleem the only one next to him. Ortiz raises both arms and sends it the other way. Ortiz looking deep into the box. This one dribbled. A nice block there by Connor Maynard to keep it in front. Connor Maynard looking to cross, and that one gets hit out. But it's going to be a corner kick here for the Knights. A big opportunity here with little time left in overtime. Ethan Weitzel has it. Has it on that far flag. Has Collins outside of the box. Everyone in the box for both teams other than Collins. Both arms go. This one gets sent to the back post, looking for Ortiz. That one doesn't go. Ortiz still scrambling with it, trying to get it out front, and that's a save by Fisher. Whistle blows. It looks like that one's going to stay in possession of the Garnets, so a big opportunity for the Knights, and then they cannot convert.
It's another wonderful.
Time is unofficial, but definitely gets the sense that time is still ticking down. Nevertheless, Loveridge ready to kick this one away here for the Garnets. This one gets sent, hit by Blanco. Once again, hit by Weitzel. No one home for the Knights. Weitzel wins the one-on-one, and now Weitzel going to send it the other way, looking for Dean Collins. Dean Collins trying to use his burst of speed to get there. A physical play on the outside.
It's out on them anyway.
Yeah, it's definitely out on Sterling anyway, but definitely Collins had the opportunity.
Well, no, that's off of a Garnet. That's off of a Garnet foot.
That looked like that was off of a Garnet. No challenge made by a Knight to even argue it. Wiley hits that one back by accident. Ortiz knows he has to move with pace, trying to get it back towards Schmid. Could be a mistake there. Schmid sending it the other way. Bleem trying to send it forward as well, looking for Weitzel. Weitzel taking it up the other way, knowing it's desperation time, trying to get it up towards Camardo. Camardo chips it. Goalie comes out the net. Fisher and makes the collection. He takes his time. Coach is telling him to relax. This definitely could be the winding moments of the game. Wiley gets a hit off the top of his head. Ortiz looking to send it back. Blanco going one-on-one here with what looked like Caderet. This one hit back towards Reich. Tipped up. That one dribbles out of bounds. Ortiz has to throw it quickly. Gets a nice touch on the ball is Connor Maynor. Dean Collins has to chip it forward towards Ethan Weitzel. Ethan Weitzel with a little bit of space. Weitzel looking towards Bright John on the near side. John. And that whistle. That looks like that is game. That is the game, and it looks like just a very interesting ending to the game right there. Just as Sterling was making momentum, the ref blows the whistle, and that is the game, and Haddon Heights ties it against the Knights. So to put it into perspective for everyone at home, Sterling needs the Haddonfield Bulldogs to come in big against Haddon Heights in order to split the division against the Garnets, because now they have no shot to try and get another win. Just such a big game between these two teams. Absolutely action-packed till the very end. So many close calls. Haddon Heights playing the entirety of overtime with 10 men after Trent Begley got sent out with 2 cumulative yellow cards. And we're going to take a look at some of the big moments of the game between these two teams, and the first one being the big miss by Connor Maynor, just mere inches from that post. That's such a great challenge there by Sean Fisher. And another save coming here, not by Fisher, but yet by another Garnet, just being absolutely resilient in this game against such a talented Knights offense. And at the end of the day, both of these teams say good game. And we're going to take a look at Quentin Rosano's miss just again by those near inches. Sterling not being able to capitalize on a couple of the opportunities given. And the Garnets defense stands strong again.
It's just, you know, if you take a look here, it's great defense against LaShaw, who's just a wonderful, you know, shot. We've seen it time and time again. And that time it ends up being the crossbar defensive better than the rest. An unfortunate shot for him to miss so late in the game when he needed to seal it.
So the play of the game, again, just so close. Ortiz had the tap in. And just a great defensive play by the Garnets to not only make the initial save, but to kick that out completely.
They're calling for a handball there, and whether it was or wasn't, didn't
they
get
weren't
called
going to get it.
moment.
So Sterling and Haddon Heights tie here in this one on the Wednesday night, and the sun has completely went down now. Just a little bit of darkness and some of the lights surrounding. And Sterling seeming defeated. Even though all hope is not lost, Haddon Heights still has to beat Haddonfield. But for now, that's how it seems. So we're going to wrap up here at Sterling Channel 19. I'm Danny Leakin, joined by Max Zuback, saying so